Big up, big up, big up, big up. I gave you a little bit of the shorter intro. That's because I wanted to just jump right into this. This is going to be a fun episode. I got Quasi Bowl TV with me today. I got some other panelists that are going to be checking in pretty soon. We're going to be doing basically an African Mount Rushmore since our beloved Egyptian king is going to be making his way back to the motherland or back to the home continent of Africa. Um, and basically, we're going to be chopping it up a little bit to give our perspectives as who is the greatest of all time, who should be part of the greatest of all time for African players that have played either internationally or national, or especially domestically, and with their club teams. We're going to be making a little bit of a interesting little chop up of this. So I'd like to welcome Quasi Bold. How are you doing today, Quasi?
Doing well, doing well. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I haven't
Happy New
seen you
Year.
since the turn of the year, so Happy New Year.
I appreciate that. Happy New Year to you
Yeah.
too, definitely. It should be like what growing up, did you have someone that you kind of role modeled yourself, or you're had that kind of idol from who was it then? Who was it? So we can get that bias out of there.
So my two players, one is Maradona. He's
Okay.
to me, he's the GOAT. I don't think nobody come close. And there's a Ghanaian player by the name of Antonio Yeboah, short Tony Yeboah. Liverpool fans know exactly who I'm talking about because he played for Eintracht Frankfurt, and when he left, he came to Leeds.
Okay.
And he probably has one of the greatest EPL goals of all time, and he scored it against Liverpool. So when I was a kid, I always liked to model the brute force of physique and just run power shots. When it hits the pole be ringing for 10 minutes. So that was my guys.
Did you gravitate towards him more so from his club play, or was it more so from his international play, like his World Cup play then?
Well, because so backstory, where I lived, my grandparents, on the backside we had a police depot, right? It's like a police campus. They have a soccer field, and that soccer field has seen some of the greatest Ghanaian players on that. And when I grew up, there was never a grass on that field. But still, you get these big time players who comes in there. I knew he used to come and play, especially when they have breaks. So in the Christmas break, there's a tournament for all the neighborhoods, and the neighborhood he represented his neighborhood that he grew up in. And then we have all these tournaments, and on the weekends too, there's Saturday or Sunday, there's games. So he will come sometimes when he has a break, the summer break or Christmas break. But we knew him since he was a kid. Some of the older people knew him when he was in the around the area. So when he was playing the under 17s and under 14s and stuff like that. So I'll give you guys another name. We know him as Sammy Tuga. You guys know him as Sammy Kufuor. He used to play for Bayern Munich. He won Champions League with Bayern Munich. I knew him when he was a kid. So that's the part where I started watching them. So Tony Yeboah always from his club to the international scene. That was my guy.
Okay. And did you wear the kit and everything, or did you?
Nah,
did you have the name in the back? You didn't go that far. Okay. Hey, some people do, some people don't. That's what makes sense. I was wondering.
There's only one player I said if I ever buy a jersey and have his name in the back, it would be Steven Gerrard, and I was close.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm a country and club.
Okay.
Player leaves, the club never leaves. So I have Liverpool jerseys, but nobody's name's on it.
Okay. And was there ever an African player with that played on Liverpool that you really like connected with then too? Was there ever something like that
No, I mean,
situation?
yeah, I mean, well,
Who was it?
Diouf, we all love Diouf, but he was a character, right?
He
Diouf was like
was.
that. He was a character, so it's like you love him and you hate him at the same time. It's like going to the old school faucet where you have the hot and cold separate faucet.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's how Diouf is. In Africa, we love him because of how he played in the World Cup. Of course, Mane and Salah, of course, and anybody who doesn't, then they're lying. Um, but other than that, one player for sure is the goalkeeper. See, he represented
Oh
Zimbabwe at the
yes,
time.
yes. I know you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, I will have the people in the chat figure it out. I'm not going to give a name. If you're a true Liverpool fan, you know who I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah, I know you're talking about. He's a little bit of a yeah, but most goalkeepers have one or two screws loose anyway, so so it
And
was kind of understandable.
he's one of the reasons why I became a Liverpool fan. And the
Oh,
other reason
really?
why, yeah, one of the other reasons why is because of the red jersey, Daglish and Rashi.
Okay.
And then later on, of course, Barnes became like the
Okay. Yeah, there are a lot of different there's a lot of different elements of what makes you not only appreciate, but what makes you kind of call that player your own, whether it's like their style of play, whether it was like the impact that they had on the pitch, maybe it's just a combination of it all, But I agree, it's always something. It's very interesting. I find it very interesting what does really connect you with the players that that are out there. Some for different reasons and such. I know for myself, I was like a Mario Balotelli fan for the longest, for instance, and yet some would ask, well, why? But why? Obviously obviously, but I'm not from Italy or anything like that, So what would make you gravitate towards him? And I'm like, oh, just his style of play, his character, as in I kind of I enjoy the fact that he's that he's always kind of a little bit of a wild card in the deck, I always enjoyed that part, and especially since he definitely didn't necessarily set what you would normally think of as being the Italian striker or much less player,
It's funny. It's funny how you mentioned Balotelli. Balotelli should have played for Ghana. I don't know why he played for Italy.
Yeah,
He's actually a Ghanaian.
I know. Yeah,
everybody knows the story. He was adopted by Italian, so they changed his name. But
right.
that year that we tried to get him to play for Ghana, that was the 2010 World Cup. Ghana would have won that World Cup because that was the only thing we were missing.
And he would have made it. You think he would have made the difference?
Oh, hell yeah. He would have scored so many goals. Yeah, we had a Samuel Jan. Samuel Jan is cool, but that penalty kick that Samuel Jan missed, Balotelli is not going to miss it.
But could you consider Balotelli like the Dennis Rodman of football? Maybe is that what you probably would say he is?
Yeah, it's sad that he didn't take it seriously. See, people like him, Pogba, the game is too easy for them, so they don't take it seriously. Okay. Hey,
Uncle Albert in the house.
Uncle, good.
Man, we're good. Everything's fine. What's up with you guys, man?
Good to see you, man. I appreciate
that. Real good to see you.
I've been commenting. Yeah.
Good to see you. Did you bring my stuff?
Sorry?
Did you bring my stuff? This guy ran away.
I'm not back home. I'm not back yet.
I'm just saying, I know you're on your way, so I'm asking, did you bring my stuff?
You there?
Yeah, we see you. The man is all of a sudden the matrix is glitching. I purposely sent him a list to bring me from back home, and all of a sudden, I'm not back home yet.
That's because Uncle Albert's a world traveler. Up, he popped. I think he's gonna pop in, pop out again.
Yeah, man. Let's big up some of these
we
guys
can
in the
see
chat.
you. We can see you, Uncle Al, and hear you. Just so you know.
Yeah. What's good? Keep it level. I see you, Kismet. Pops in the house.
Yo, sorry, man.
No problem. Yeah, we can see you and hear you. By the way.
My
So
my
you're good.
relatives keep calling me, man.
Oh, okay. I got you. We are already so wait.
These people, as soon as they hear you're home, they keep harassing you.
Okay, Albert. Thank you for joining us. I had asked Quasi this question. I'll ask you this question, just so we can knock out the bias quick. Growing up, who was your favorite player? Who was the player that really made you like was like, you know, your boyhood favorite? Oh.
You keep jumping away.
You keep jumping in and out. Yeah, jumping in and out. Yeah, I'll wait to see if he can when he comes back on to answer that question. But yeah, there's a bunch for me actually too. And that's why. But I definitely have like recency bias. I understand. You know, I definitely have gravitated towards more Sadio, or obviously, you know, like your
No, they are the new youngins. So everybody always think. Yeah, that's why everybody think like Salah is like the greatest thing Africa ever seen. Like, bro, not even close.
Oh wow!
Not even close.
Okay.
His accolades is even, already. And I'll say the same thing to Mane. Mane is not the greatest that Africa has seen. If you go to Senegal, Mane will be maybe top 3, top 4 of the greatest Senegalese.
Oh, wow.
The thing is, people have to put it in factor that social media and the media itself have grown, so it makes it easier for everybody to watch it now. Back then, you just hear about it or you read it in a newspaper. You know.
Yeah.
Salah,
no, I mean, like, yes, social media and the reach of it all has definitely changed the game when it comes to recognition of players and such. I agree with that. And not only it's not even just social media. I mean, like, you know, video games and like, you know, and different publications that are all the different publications that are out there have definitely
because
enhanced, at least for sure.
It enhanced it. Like, even I'll ask you, US 10-15 years ago, we couldn't watch soccer games. Uncle will tell you. It was hard to watch soccer games.
Very true.
Sorry. My connection keeps bouncing in and out. I've changed my phone, but I hope this is okay.
I hope so too. Yeah, I was trying to ask you. My question to you was this: growing up, who was your like favorite player? Who was like your boyhood? Like, oh, that's who I want to. That's who I would want to emulate. That's on the pitch. Who was that player for you growing up?
That's easy, Kevin Keegan.
Oh wow, okay.
But if you want to talk in terms of African players, it has to be a gentleman that most people may not know, called Mohamed Polo.
Okay.
That was my day.
Tell us a little about him then. For those of us that
he was a left-footed forward who was in the 1978 African Cup winning team of Ghana. But I mean, he was, for me, he was also close to another gentleman called Abdul Razak, who was also, he actually ended up winning the Africa's Best Player in 78. Those two kind of spearheaded Ghana's win in 78. They were very, very good players. I mean, today, in fact, Razak ended up coming to play for Cosmos with Pele back in the day. So he was that good. But, you know, but in terms of recognized footballers, for me, was Kevin Keegan. I mean, I'm a Liverpool supporter because of Kevin Keegan.
Oh, wow, okay. Okay, well then, how about this then? Let's if you can, I hope you can see it, but I'll announce who the players. We'll go through the list. Some of them I have duplicates in there so it's not as many players as it looks. Some of them is just a matter of like.
Oh, you've done like a collage, right? Like a pictorial collage. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of different players. Like, oh, he's back. You're back. Yeah, like there's like Benny McCarthy's in there, Alex Sung, Mohamed Zidane's in there.
Come.
Hey, I just put a list together.
See, that's why I was, Uncle. Before you showed up, I told him Salah and even Mane are not near close one of the greatest African players, and he's shocked. I was like, no,
they're not.
They are
okay.
They're just popular. They are the most popular African players. For
us Africans, we will probably say maybe our best player. I mean, if we really want to be objective, will be Roger Milla.
Okay, or maybe George Weah or something like that. I get you.
Yeah. George Weah.
George
Weah. For most Africans, George Weah was recognized as the best player in the world. Yeah, we get it. But there's a certain iconoclastic thing about African players that win the African Cup of Nations, right? And Roger Milla won it 3 times. He was just an awesome striker. So, and then his exploits in the World Cup. And George Weah suffers among us Africans because he didn't play in the World Cup. His country was never good enough to win the Cup of Nations. So it's more like an individualistic honor. And that's it.
The crazy thing is
there are players like Mohamed Abu Trika.
Yeah.
Excellent player.
There's a group called the IFHHS. They nominated George Weah as the greatest African player of all time. Roger Milla, I think, was number 2. The thing that people don't understand is when it comes to Africa, we look at your club exploit, your international, and then personal accolades.
Okay. So that's how you're breaking it down. Is that how you're breaking it down?
That's how you do it.
Yeah. It's not the other way around.
Okay. So repeat that one more time. Like so make sure everyone knows how we're going to be doing the judging.
So it's your club exploit, so your club accomplishment, your international, which is nations accomplishment, and then personal accolades.
Okay. Oh yeah, like personal, like world, like your own records and stuff that you've broken.
Yes.
That kind of thing. Okay. All right. Because I have a nice little. I made a nice little list here of players. I mean, like again, I have like obviously Semi Eto'o in there and stuff like that. But I also have like I even put like some new heads, some new names. I guess you could call them new names. Actually, Nilante is going to be joining us as well. Big up, Nilante. How are you?
Yeah, all good talk, man. Yeah, appreciate it, man. How about Crazy? Etisa? Oh, you Boko, you. I'm good, thank you. Good with my fellow Ghanaian, my OGs, my Ghanaian OGs in the group. But yeah, man, African football. Oh man. You guys have started. God, where do we begin? Hey, where do we begin? I mean, I can mention some names as Albert and Crazy don't know. You wouldn't say he's top 10, but you have to give a shout out to Mr. Kufuor, Sami Kufuor.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Sami Kufuor is a great defender. Another one on ours as a Ghanaian player, again, top 10 no, but very underrated was Stephen Appiah. He was very, very underrated.
Ooh, okay. That's a good shout. Yeah, he is. That's a good shout. I have a bunch of I represented tried to represent as many countries as I could get in there actually because I definitely put trying to go Lucas Radabi, I think that's how you pronounce his name, right? Radabi from South Africa.
Radabi was a good player.
Radabi. Yeah.
I put in Mohammed Abbas from Kenya. What else did I put in there? Obviously Kanu from Nigeria. So I tried to give like a nice little representation of like a bunch of different countries from Africa, not just like your normal names and everything else. Big up to Rasta Crab. I see you. So yeah, so I know that the thumbnails might be a little small, but like I can go through. I'm gonna say the name, and then we can kind of just say whether we think they should be just sitting. So these are the 5 categories. There's audience attendee. That means like, yeah, you're a name, but you shouldn't. You're just coming to watch the announcement. Honorable mention means like, yeah, you have something, but you're not there just yet. Legit nominee means that they're definitely there is a shout for them, but they're not necessarily a finalist. Then we have a finalist row. Those finalists that we have will be the names that we pick as our top 4 greatest African footballers of all time. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna break it down, and we can kind of like put them in the tiers, and then we'll have a final round to decide on who we want to be in the African Mount Rushmore, as I'm calling it. So, all right, so let's just rock through these, I guess. Kanu. We're gonna start off with Kanu. How do you guys feel about Kanu? Is he even a mention? Is he relative to be in the mentioning? We'll just go through. We'll go around the horn. We'll go Quasi, Albert, and then we'll go to Milante. Quasi, you there? I know Quasi's on mute. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Kanu, Nwankwo Kanu is recognized as one of the greatest African players because he led his country to win Olympic gold.
Right. Yep.
He's also won. He's also I think he's also won the African Championship. He played as a star player for Arsenal. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, he won the Champions League with Ajax in '95. So Nwankwo Kanu is right up there. Yes. Like I said, for us Africans,
yes,
your international accolades and most of those things were first. When that group of Nigerian players, Victor Ikweba, Nwankwo Kanu, JJ Okocha and co went and won the Olympic gold, it was unheard of. I mean, it was unheard of. And at the time in '96, I remember that, look, the refereeing in that tournament was so bad, it was shocking. Yet they just breezed through and they beat everybody. They simply just beat everybody. They beat Brazil, they beat Argentina, they beat everybody who mattered. And I remember the Brazilian team even had R9 in it. So
yeah, I remember that.
I remember.
Yeah. So he was that good. Nwankwo Kanu was that good. And
that Nigerian team was fast too. They were extremely quick. The pace.
Right. Everywhere he went, he just shone. So Nwankwo Kanu is right up there. Right up there when it comes to the best ever African players.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so legit nominee. Yeah, we're not putting him as we're putting him as a finalist, or he's a legit nominee.
Oh, absolutely. Put him in there.
Legit nominee. Okay. He gets his name on the ballot, basically, as a running. Okay. All right, then how about Emmanuel Abdoria? My pronunciation is going to be so bad. Emmanuel. I'll show you. Our Emmanuel right here. Emmanuel Abdoria.
Is it Adebayo?
Adebayo, yes.
There's Adebayo. That's what I was like. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my pronunciation is horrible.
This guy, Arsenal fans are gonna come after you.
I know they are.
I will put Adebayo in the second tier.
Yeah.
Reason I say that is
Adebayo. He's a legit.
He was a fantastic player, but in terms of what he has been able to do for his country, he took his country to the World Cup. Very unlikely situation in 2006. So
legit not.
Yeah, but I will put him in the second tier because there are a lot of players that you are going to name who have who have dominated the landscape more than he would have.
Okay.
I won't put him at the same as
No
Kanu.
way. No way.
Even though that's Kanu's nephew. It's funny how you took them both at the same time. That's Kanu's nephew, yeah.
That's cool.
They even look alike if you look at them. That's why he went to Arsenal.
Kwesi, you may just be about to reveal Kanu's true age. So if I were you, I wouldn't be talking like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was mixed up in that. Okay. So we'll put an honorable mention then. Okay, so then next on the list here I have is Pele for Ghana.
Abedi Pele. I put him at finalist. 3 times African Player of the Year. Conservatively too. Back to back. His club exploit was very successful. He won Champions League, even though they took it back for somebody. They got caught cheating. They call him Pele because they felt like he was the nearest Pele. His real name is Abedi Ayew. That's the Ayew father.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that guy was deadly. He just didn't get his flowers.
That is very interesting though, that like when nowadays when you do see his name, you see Pele as being a part of it, even though it's not his real name. It's kind of like, like I don't know, like Magic Johnson almost in the sense, like Magic's not his name, but that's very interesting. And so is everyone comfortable with him being a finalist?
Yeah, can't disagree. It's the last time he won the African Nations Cup, so he has to be there. Unfortunately for us, but yeah.
Okay. Again, this list is it looks long, but it's not. It looks a lot larger than it is, but it's not. Some of them have duplicates in there. I noticed that. So the next one I have is Hakimi from Morocco. New name, Hakimi? I know. Yeah, Hakimi.
I think you can put him down as Ortendian's at the bottom one because he's a good, but his career hasn't finished. So I mean he hasn't really done. I mean what Morocco did do well, to be honest, he's a part, but he hasn't done enough to be there. So I'll say the bottom. As an attendance, we appreciate you, Hakeem, but not yet.
Not yet. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well then, how about
his club exploit also is not as what it should be.
Agreed.
Oh, you think he's
as good as he is. I don't know why he went to PSG. He should have gone to Madrid or Barcelona or even come to the Premier League. He's way too good to be there.
Yeah,
he's way too good. That guy is looking at him. He is top 3 best right back.
Yeah.
I
can't think of the top of you're right, because I can't think of the top of my head. So,
I can't think too many people who are better than him. So I'm sorry, I don't know why he went to PSG. That was a waste of time.
All right, well then the next on my list here is Ahmad Hassan from Egypt. Ahmad Hassan from Egypt. Yep.
Let me see if I remember.
Hassan, I'm just trying to think. It might have been in the last Egypt team that won AFCON. I'm not sure, but we can check that crazy.
I'm trying to see. I remember. I think he was with the team that.
Last one.
He's one of the greatest Egyptian, 4-time African Egypt. How should I say? He was great for Egypt, right?
But club-wise,
club-wise.
He's looked at as being as one of the greatest African passers of all time, of his generation. That's what I
the 06, so 2006 and 2010, he was AFCON Player of the Year of the tournament.
Yes, 2006, 2010. Yep.
I didn't think he was the best. To be honest, that's the one thing.
He wasn't.
He wasn't. If we honest, but
he wasn't.
Politics.
But that Egyptian team was just crazy. Like if you take Salah to that team, Salah will be on the bench.
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm telling you, people might be like, I don't like. Yeah, that team was dangerous. They won it 3 times, back to back,
Yeah.
back to back.
Hey.
So that there. But Hassan was good. I'll put him where, Adebayo is.
Where Adebayo is? Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Honorable mention, you guys, Uncle Al, Milante, you're both good with that too?
I don't know. I feel more of a tendency with Hassan, but again, as Crazy said, you can't disregard him winning the 3 times. So yeah, I'll take it back. Actually,
Okay. So honorable mention.
yeah, that's fine. We'll keep it though. That's fine.
All right. Well, then let's move on to Alex Song from Cameroon. Move on to some of the Cameroonians.
Alex, which Alex Song?
Alex
The
Song.
Arsenal one.
Which
The Arsenal one.
one.
the Arsenal.
The Arsenal one. They put him with Hakimi.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a short one. We didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
I know he won one of the African Cup, but
Okay. All right. How about then Benny McCarthy from South Africa?
No, the tendency to be at the bottom.
yeah,
Nah,
at the
bottom.
bottom,
Yeah. Yeah. Decent in his day, but nothing to write home about.
Yeah, he was just popular.
Just popular?
No, he was good.
He got some
was
good goals,
but
yeah.
He was
But
nothing.
Mr. McCarthy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, because I tried to get a good representation. I even put Benteke in there, even though he does play. Even though Christian Benteke, I think he played for Belgium too at one point, didn't he?
No, he played for Belgium. We don't.
But I played for but he also is the Congo. He's
He's got descendants. Yeah, but he just plays strictly for Belgium.
Yeah. So I knew he was like maybe on the cusp of you can maybe put him. He maybe doesn't qualify or not, but I think the Benteke is just an audience. I think I can vote on that one. I think he's an audience participant. Okay, so then how about some of the more controversial ones then in our allegiance to Liverpool, I guess. Didier Drogba. How do you feel about the Ivory Coast player?
I'll let Nathan go first because Didier. No, I'm going to be honest. What did Didier do for Ivory Coast?
No, but hold on, Crazy. Did he not? Or was it touring?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go on. Sorry, guys.
No. I was just going to quickly say. You did say you value club first. I mean,
No. I didn't value club. I said those are the 3 things.
Right.
Your club exploit, your international, and then your personal.
Right.
Those are the 3. Yeah.
But they're not in order.
No,
yeah. Okay, I got you. I thought club was first for you. Okay.
No.
All right. Well, then that takes
because
away
because the reason why is if you do club first, some of these guys were so good, they didn't go to the big clubs at the time. They were in some clubs right now. People will be like, "Oh, really? That's small." Like Roger Miller. Roger Miller played for Montpellier. Nobody knows who Montpellier is, but he scored a whole lot of goals and won a lot of trophies.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, how do you guys feel? Obviously, we got a little bias towards the.
No. It's not
the legendary blue.
Let's look at the 3 things. Club wise, he was great for Chelsea.
Right.
Yep.
Legend.
He won the Champions League.
Yes.
He won everything. He won everything. Yeah. Okay. Then you go to the international side.
Right.
Ivory Coast at one point had one of the greatest African team ever seen.
Yeah.
And they didn't win. And they didn't win anything.
So you're saying they
underperformed. Yes. Okay. As good as he was, the only thing that he did good was take his country to the World Cup, and they got bounced out in the group stage, which I thought it was unfair because they put them with Brazil.
Yeah, it's a hard group. Yeah,
it's a hard group.
Yeah, Argentina. I don't remember. Who's the other team? Holland, I think. Yeah. Yeah, they had a difficult group.
So
all right. Well, he's a legit nominee for sure. Right?
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, you guys don't want to put him in legit nominee?
I don't know. Hold on, crazy. If I
yeah,
remember, when Ivory Coast won the last African Nations Cup, when unfortunately we bottled it and we lost on penalties. Was he
what?
retired or was he playing in that game? From what I remember, was he retired?
Yeah,
Oh, he was
he was good.
retired.
Yep, the
Okay.
last one. Yeah, the recent one.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that must have been okay. So yeah, oh god. So I would put him in finalist, but because of that, yeah, we'll put him in legit nominee. Yeah. If he won the African Nations Cup, I would have definitely been finalist. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Because this is the
so
thing. A lot of people know Didier for Chelsea. You see,
yeah, for sure.
if you want to be the top, we have to know you for everything.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Well,
I
then,
mean, and I even give you George Weah, right? The only reason why people give George Weah a little bit of a pass is at that time, there's no way one player can beat Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt. Ivory Coast was an upcoming team. Senegal was there. Zambia. I don't care how good he is. Even if Maradona was in the Liberian team, he would have never, ever beat those countries. That's the only reason why.
all right. Well, then, I put him in legit nominee. I didn't put him as a finalist, but I put him as a legit nominee.
Yeah, that one I agree.
How about then? Let's go on to Dr. Kumalo.
Dr. Kumalo.
From South Africa.
That's an old school name, man. She's running into my. This guy went way back.
Yeah.
I told you I did a little bit of research.
Big up, Prof. Big up for that, Prof. Wow, even I need to go.
In the 90s, he was good. I mean, I think he was part of the 90s.
South Africa's had some good players, I think.
He was
They have a good league. They have a good domestic league too.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good domestic league as well.
He was part of the first team after the independence, right? When Mandela became president, or he got free. So his exploit is basically based on that, kind of like who was the guy we're talking about? That we say he was more famous than.
Oh, you're talking about Benny McCarthy?
Yeah, Benny McCarthy, same thing.
Okay.
He did play in the World Cup.
He's sitting in the audience with Benny. He's just watching the award show, not participating.
Kumalo is a very good representation of his nation.
Yeah.
Of the time, right? At the time that he came, he went to South Africa for about 5 to 6 years. They came from nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
It helped when they got to host the World Cup too. I mean,
yeah. So 1998, he played in the World Cup.
Right.
So he was one of those darling teams with darling players.
Right.
So I say because of his good representation of his nation, I'll give him to where what's it called? Honorable mention.
Honorable mention, just above attendee.
Yeah.
So he gets to sit in the front rather than the Raptors. Uncle Albert, you're good with that too? You're good on Doctor being in the.
You're talking about Dr. Kumalo, right?
Yeah.
I'll give him an honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Okay. All right.
And the reason is that even though he won the Cup of Nations with South Africa, apart from the fact that I think that 1996 Cup of Nations win was contentious to say the least, but that's another program.
Okay.
Yeah, it was very contentious because it was more or less contrived, to be honest with you. All kinds of things happened there.
Yeah.
And there were better teams in the tournament that were simply just robbed by the referees. I know it's difficult, it's difficult to say this, but for those of us from Africa, when we talk about referees being robbed, I'm not talking about David Coote and others being robbers. I'm not talking about Paul Tierney and co. I'm talking about blatant
Yeah,
robbery by a referee. I mean,
Oh, is that bad?
unless
Wow.
you pretty much score a goal from the center circle, you simply are not going to win the match. So and also Kumalo wasn't good enough to be picked up by teams in Europe at the time when many African players were playing in Europe. He wasn't good enough. So yeah, I'll give him an honorable mention because even in his team, there were better players in his team, like Sean Bartlett and
Oh yes, Bartlett.
the defender. What was his name?
Radaby.
No, Radaby. There was another guy, Mark Fish.
Oh, Fish. Oh, Fish.
Mark
Yeah.
Fish.
Oh, I remember him. Oh, wow. Played for
Okay.
Bolton
So
as well.
there were better players. Dr. Kumalo was one of these guys that, for want of a better expression, and I don't want any South Africans to eat me up because he's their hero, but he's more or less your Sunday football magician, that kind of guy who dribbles everybody on the park. He had immense talent, but I don't know about how effective he was as a player. I think there were better players in that team. I think Sean Bartlett was a better player. I think Mark Fish was a better player. And then they had another guy, Innocent Buthelezi. I think he was also a better player than Dr. Kumalo. And of course, their goalkeeper. Was absolutely amazing.
Speaking of, this is a good segue. Speaking of goalkeepers, okay, so I have in here Al Haddadi from Egypt, Assam.
He's one of Egypt's greatest players. That
finalists. Yeah, some people, I know he's one of Egypt's greatest players of all time.
Yeah, and if you go to Egypt, they consider him like, if you pick the top 5 players, he's probably 1 or 2.
Yeah,
and I think he's one of the. Usually, Egypt tend to have good goalkeepers. I'm thinking about it.
Very solid, yeah.
Yeah, they
We have to
usually have
suffer
good
for it.
goalkeepers.
Well, that's the reason why they win the tournaments.
Solid defense.
Goalkeepers,
Good goalkeeper, yeah.
The Egyptians and the Cameroonians have goalkeepers that are Alisson-esque. So
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Wow.
For some reason, they are simply able to grind out goalkeepers like from the they produce them. Look at their latest goalkeeper, what's his name? Gabara or whatever. He's a brilliant goalkeeper too, and they've consistently had good goalkeepers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's move on to.
Where did you put him at?
I put him at a finalist. Not
for me.
Not a finalist.
No,
well,
they'll be better. They'll be better.
Here. Is he a finalist or is he a legit nominee?
I'll put him at finalist. He's won 5 African Cup of Nations. Put him there.
Yeah.
Okay. Not for me, but that's fine. I'm not forward anyway.
You're okay with that? Okay. All right. How about this then? How about Frederick Kanute from Mali?
No, at the bottom.
Nah.
Decent player in the Premiership, but nothing major. Didn't do anything for Mali, did he? Yeah.
Put him in the green room.
Yeah.
We will talk to him later.
Hey, and by the way, he went to France. He wanted to be a French Explorer International. Then he tried to sneak his way back into Mali to try and get some recognition. So no.
Like that. It's like that.
Yeah, he was like that. Yeah, he was cut for under 21 France. And yeah, he tried to sneak his way because he had no chance.
Okay. Well, then let's go on. Let's move on to then definitely a finalist. I think that's a pretty much who I think is going to be pretty much a finalist. He's a lot of people's number one. George Weah from Liberia.
Oh, put him
I
up
think,
there.
yeah,
Put him
I
up
think
there.
so.
That's not even
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dispute. Put him up
Ballon
there.
d'Or. Yeah, Ballon d'Or winner for Africa. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
How
there's no
about
question with it.
how about Jeremiah from Cameroon?
Yellow.
Mm,
Give him a yellow, man.
yes, I agree. Yeah, honorable mention.
Honorable mention? Okay.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, good choice.
I have it in here. I see. Honorable mention. All right. All right. How about then Hassan from Egypt?
He was a baller.
He
He
was.
won the cup. He won a lot of African cups.
Yeah.
Before Salah, Hassan.
He played for Early High. They were, the thing that people need to understand also is in Egypt there was these two clubs that are like Barcelona and Madrid. It's called Zamalek and Al High. I think I pronounced it wrong.
Mhm.
They were so good that the players didn't need to travel to Europe or anywhere else. They have so much money. So Hassan is one of those who won multiple club honors with those clubs. And then Egypt, I think he won the African Cup 2 times.
He did. So he's one of those players. He's one of those players that did really well with Egypt. But then when he went to his club teams or tried to play outside of Africa, didn't do as well.
And then he came back.
And then he came back. Yeah.
But he's considered one of the greatest Egyptian players of all time.
Yeah. So how do you rate that then? Where do you put him?
Honorable mention for me.
Honorable mention?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's find him on here.
The thing is, he was such a great leader that they always consider him as one of their best players of all time. So yeah, that's fine. Okay.
All right, but then how about we go to JJ Okocha, excuse me.
Say his name right.
JJ, how about that? That's saying his name right. How about that?
The magician.
I know I'm butchering the names.
He was so good. His mama named him twice. So
there you go.
Exactly.
One of Nigeria's finest.
JJ is one of those players that I feel like the players did them wrong. I'm not the players. The game did him wrong. Politics did him wrong.
I agree.
If we're talking about the greatest player of all time, not just Africa, is JJ Okocha. Everything you see Ronaldinho doing,
learn from him.
He learned from him.
Oh my God!
He learned from PSG. He would tell you the smile every time Ronaldinho is smiling. He learned it from Okocha.
PhD Fenerbahce. Oh my God!
Do we have three votes here then for him being a finalist?
No, I won't say he's finalist because
no, he can't. Unfortunately.
Yeah, his club exploit was. That's what I'm saying. They didn't treat him well.
Yeah, he won the AFCON, but I mean, the funny thing is when you said it, because I thought JJ ahead of Kanu. I rate him more highly than Kanu, but again, Kanu won more. Yeah, I will come more, so we can't just do that. So yeah, unfortunately for JJ, like I said, crying shame, legit nominate. That's all.
Okay.
Oh, what a player, man! What a player, honestly. Exactly. Yeah. Hey. He killed us many a time.
He's just a legit nominee. It doesn't make the finalist.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, then, if JJ doesn't, how about his brethren, John Obi Mikel?
Green.
No. What?
Nah. Green room. Come on.
Green room.
John Obi Mikel, he was so disappointed, man. He was, He won trophies. We will give him that. But why? And you, yeah,
He
no,
goes
he
to the
hasn't won
green
AFCON.
room.
I don't think. No, he hasn't. No, I don't think he's won AFCON. But oh
No.
my God, was he so overrated? He was just, oh my God, he's so basic. He's so
Yeah.
terrible. Hey, they ran him. I heard in Lagos they ran him back to the airport. Honestly,
Okay.
man, he was so overrated. And the thing is, what I remember is when he first the tug of war. I remember his name was started about between Man United and Chelsea. Like, oh, you know. And then I was thinking, I saw clips of him. I thought, I wasn't even that impressed. But and then when I
Mhm.
got, I thought, I might see something. But boy, was he just bang average. Oh my God.
Okay.
Mourinho
Guys,
destroyed him.
I have a small emergency. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay.
No
Okay.
problem, Robert.
Okay.
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 Mhm.
How about then Joe Kadenji from Kenya.
Honorable.
Mm,
No bottom.
Another
yeah.
one, another
Green
another
room.
Yeah.
just
Green room.
green
Yeah.
room.
Green
Yeah.
room. Yeah.
All right. Getting through this list actually because we're coming up on. I only have a few more names. We already did Colo, right? We did Colo Torre, right? We already did him.
Yeah, I mean, Kolo Toure, Yaya Toure, all of them will go to where Didier is.
You think so? Yeah, yeah. Oh my God! Wow. Crazy. Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't, no, we
No,
haven't
for
got.
me,
I haven't got.
finalist.
Yaya,
Finalist for
Yaya,
me. Yeah, yeah. Yes,
Yaya
he
never
was.
won.
He was.
Yaya
No,
never won
remember.
the Champions League. Did he win with
No,
Barcelona?
he did. He did. Yeah, he won it with Barca. Remember, he was playing centre back because they had an injury crisis, and he was man. He was superb. This is a peak Ronaldo, Tevez, and Rooney. Hey, and they were in his back pocket.
Mhm.
Oh, Yaya was a beast. Oh my God, honestly, Yaya. Hey, you won
Okay.
AFCON. Yeah, you won everything. For me, he's a finalist. He's a finalist. Oh, for me.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's move. Let's go to. I think we did Colo actually already. So
Kolo should
Okolo,
be
yeah,
with
down.
down.
yeah, down.
Yeah.
I'll double check. I think I already put him in there, but if I didn't, I'll put him in there anyway. All right. So then, how about Lucas Radibi? I know you guys mentioned him earlier from South Africa.
Oh, he's a solid. Honorable
Shout.
mention for me. Honorable mention.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Okay. Honorable mention then. How about Mohammed Abbas from Kenya?
Great. He's all right. He's all right.
He's a baller. He's a baller.
You think so?
Nah. Is he
No,
better than the
the list
what's
is
the
up
name?
now.
Yeah. Nah.
Is he in the green room too? There's a lot of green room attendees.
Yep.
Yeah,
Indeed.
bro. There's
The
some
quality.
Africa. Yeah, Africa has had some major players, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, well
Exactly.
then
Yeah.
let's take it back. Let's take it back to your home country then. How about I don't think we did. I don't think I put Mario in there, but Michael Essien.
Oh, he's African Mount Rushmore. Forget it. Let's end this stream. I'm only joking. That's fine. No, we've got better. No, Abdi Penny's there, so can't disrespect.
Yeah.
Okay. Essien. Oh boy.
Yeah, Essien.
Honorable mention, man.
Yeah. To be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Y'all better watch your tickets going home. Honorable mention. All right.
We are fair. We are very fair.
Exactly. Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Okay, so I saw someone ask this question if he was in there. I got Realism Jared asked it. How about Mohammed Abu Trika?
Oh, Abu Trika, Egyptian. Oh, I think he's
Egyptian.
Ooh.
Yes.
That was legit. Abu Trika.
Oh, that's. Legit. I'm swaying between quite legit and honorable mention. Oh God, because he's another one that was very good for Egypt.
Mhm.
But as Crazy said, we were affecting the club, but the country and the player itself. So
Mhm.
honorable mention for me.
Yeah,
Honorable
I agree.
mention. Yeah. Mm,
Honorable mentions. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's go to another Muhammad then. How about Muhammad Zidane?
Which one?
Muhammad Zidane. I'll tell
Egypt.
you. Egypt, yeah, Egypt.
Yeah.
Nah,
Not for me.
not for me.
Honorable.
Green room.
Yeah, agreed room. Yeah, agreed. Green room
Green
Green
room.
room.
wasn't really that great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How about then? Did we already do? I think we already did Canu. I think we did
You
Canu.
did do
Yeah.
Hassam El
All
Abadari?
right, how about this then? How about Aubameyang?
No.
Yes, we did.
Who?
He's
Aubameyang,
yeah,
honorable mention.
yeah. We did Assam. We did
Yeah,
Assam.
honorable mention.
I put Assam as a
But yeah,
finalist.
Assam, okay.
But Aubameyang
Okay.
gets honorable mention. No love for Aubameyang, huh? He was a baller at Arsenal.
We are not looking for flashies, man.
No flashiness. The Bond gets
No
no love.
flashiness.
No
Yeah.
love.
Honorable mention.
Okay, so then how about Rabah Majir from Algeria? Madjer.
I remember him vaguely. He was
I mean, that
good.
says something right there. Yeah.
He was good, but you see, when it comes to North Africa, it's always Egypt.
Egypt's
Once in
always
a while, Egypt, Morocco, Algeria. Algeria as a collective, they're dangerous.
Mhm.
As a team, they are dangerous. But individual, it's very hard to find individual players.
Well, then how about then for North? I'll keep it in North Africa. How about for someone that has many accolades club wise, at least, Riyad Mahrez.
Oh, Riyadh.
Now he's got a
I'll put
lot
honorable.
of important player.
Legit.
Honorable.
Honorable.
You put
Okay.
legit?
Yeah.
I'll put honorable.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he fought with his coach, that annoyed me. When they needed when they needed him, he wasn't there, but he showed up in the World Cup.
He showed up in the
He
World
did.
Cup. Yeah.
Yeah, his club exploit is not as good as people think because he was in Eredivisie. Ajax was the best team. It wasn't fair. When he came to the Premier League, they sent him to Turkey.
Oh, Riyad Mahrez?
Riyad Mahrez.
Oh,
No.
sorry.
Yeah, you're talking the wrong player. No, not Riyad. Oh, no.
I'm talking about Ziyech. What am I? Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ziyech.
I have
Yeah.
Ziyech in there, but yeah,
Yeah.
Put him legit. Yeah, Mahrez is legit
Yeah.
for sure.
he's
Yeah.
legit,
Mahrez.
right? Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I was gonna make sure. I was gonna let
Yeah.
you. I was gonna let it go. Let you have your say, but
Yeah, I
don't
was
know.
all over the place.
Yeah, legit. I'm not sure with Mahrez, because I mean, at the same time, man, he came from France a little and a half. He done the miracle with Leicester, and he won leagues with Man City and everything. And yeah, he was in and out, but he still played his part, not probably to what he's like. And he won the AFCON with Algeria. So I mean, I mean,
He was
legit.
African Player of the Year, right?
yeah, exactly, yeah, as well,
he's got to at least be legit. But is he a finalist? Is he a finalist or is he?
I'll put him as finalist. Yeah,
I'll put him
He's-
Wow,
finalist.
you guys talked yourselves into him being a finalist. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because you have to look at what he did for his country.
yeah,
Yeah,
all around.
Himself. Yeah.
And Leicester as well. That is just but that
He won everything that Mo Salah have won.
pretty
All right,
much. He's just yeah.
Let's move
And
on.
more.
Let's move on.
I'm just saying.
Let's move on. Don't talk about our Egyptian king like that. No, I'm just joking.
Where is he at?
Roger, yeah, right. Roger Miller. Roger Miller from Cameroon
Finalist.
as a finalist. Yeah, it's a pretty easy one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
Miller.
I even got a picture of him holding an award. So, all right, this one's gonna be hard. This one's gonna be difficult for you. Then, I'd like to see where you guys place them. I wish Uncle Albert was a part of this one too. Sadio Mane.
Finalist.
You only have like 5 or 6
Finalist.
minutes left.
You
Finalist.
sure?
Yeah, crazy. Oh, yeah. I mean, from his time in Germany, he done bits Southampton.
Quasi looked at him like, you
I
sure?
was like, "How you?"
No, Mane.
No.
You know me, I love Mane.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the thing is, I'm looking at it through the prism of, is he the best Senegalese have you ever seen?
I mean, who's the best really? I'm just trying to think.
I mean, they have what's the name? Jules Koundé? Was it Jules Koundé?
Who's Conde? Oh, I mean the French right back.
Yeah.
He plays for France. EBA plays for France. So
Back in the day. I'm talking about back in the day. Jules.
back in sorry, Kunde. Well, he's there. He's never enough. He's definitely top 3 in terms of Senegal's players. I mean,
Yes,
the 2002 was
That
good,
one
but
I agree.
I think he's better than. I don't think there's no one that he's not better than that 2002 team.
I mean,
Back in
Dustin's
the-
got it. Dustin does say it. I mean, he won
Yeah.
Senegal's first ever.
Happen finalist.
Yeah, he won everything, man. Yeah, remember he's won the
Yeah, he
AFCON. He
was-
scored. Yeah, he
he
scored the
won
winning
many.
penalty.
Yeah, he
This
was
is it.
number 3 for Ballon d'Or too. So
Yeah, he's in the top. Yeah, he nearly won it. So yeah, you can't not be. You can't not be a finalist. And that's without
He's gotta
us
be a
Liverpool
finalist.
biased. Yeah.
yes, no, this one is.
I know. I was gonna say, you know how people are gonna say it's
Nah.
Liverpool bias. He
Yeah.
definitely
You
gonna
have
say
to
it every
look
time
at
he
it
says
based on what he's doing for his country, so and himself.
Mm.
All right, so I got 8 more names left. That's all. Only 8 more names left here. We're gonna go on to Salah Assad from Algeria.
Green.
Green room. Is that what you said? Quickly.
Yeah, green room
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Okay. No pushback from that. I got you. We're gonna move on then. If Mane's in the finalists, what do we say about his right wing brethren,
Dude, this is coming.
Salah?
Legit.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the band-aid. He won't be a finalist. And the only reason why I say that.
So Mane
only-
gets a finalist. Mane gets a finalist, but we're gonna he's gotta be a legit nominee.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
a legit, of course, 100%. For Salah to complete the journey, he needs to win the AFCON. He has to seal it. Otherwise, he would have been easily a finalist. But for me, I can't say that, and he hasn't done what Mane's done. Because Mane's been just as good.
That's why it took so much out of Salah when he couldn't. He didn't go to the World Cup and then lost twice to Mane.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't think he has even won the African Player of the Year. He lost to Riyad Mahrez.
No, I think he's won it crazy. He's won it once. I'm sure he definitely
did?
has won it once. So yeah. He's won it once.
Sure?
Yeah, 100%.
There was 1 year that he went against.
Yeah.
He went against Mane. He lost to Mane. And then the following year, he lost to Mahrez.
I kind of wish that it was reversed. I wish Salah had already won his AFCON and Mane was on the pursuit of winning of this being his winning AFCON. Considering I want Mo Salah back as soon as possible. but wow. I mean, we're talking about a legit Ballon d'Or nominee. We're talking about obviously the accolades he's had with the club. With Liverpool, we're talking about a man that definitely carries Egypt on his back somewhat nowadays and is regarded as the greatest, if not second greatest.
Look at it this way. If he had won the Ballon d'Or, he would have been in the finals. Because whatever you are mentioning is what George Weah had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I get
You
you.
see the difference?
Mhm.
So now Weah could not do anything with his country, but everything else flamboyant. Same thing with Salah.
I feel bad. I feel kind of dirty putting him just as a legit nominee.
No,
Okay.
he came a generation late. You could talk to Egyptians, the real Egyptians, not the young ones who think everything is Salah. Talk to the real Egyptians. They will tell you. They'll even tell you that a goalkeeper is better than Salah when you bring all the Egyptian players.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I have him. Nilante. Let me make sure I get it there. Nilante.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable having Salah in as legit and not as a finalist?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. It's just unfortunate for him. He's been, cast, but that AFCON, man, this is counts. This is the African player, man, and he's won Player of the Year twice, and so is money, but you need the AFCON on there. If he had that, we would. You need that, yeah, you need that seal of approval. Because I think, if I'm correctly, all the finalists there have all won AFCON. So yeah,
Except
yeah.
Weah
Oh,
has a
yeah.
Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, so that kind of equates everything. That
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or, otherwise he would have been on there. But yeah, he was a quality player. So yeah, it's hard, but you just listen. We're not biased here. Hey, we're three people that are being honest here. So yeah, which if a son wants to happen, that'll go.
All right. Well then, all right, that's cool. I got six players left on this list, and this particular gentleman is from your home country. So Sammy Kafour.
Thanks, mate.
Too. I'll put him legit.
Yeah,
Legit?
Sammy. Quality. Yes. Hey. Yes. Hey. You know what? Crazy we could do with him right now, huh? I'll tell you that we could do with him right now.
Before you guys came in, I was telling him that I knew him when he was a kid. He used to play in my neighborhood.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, is it? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I used to know him when the guy who recruited him. What they call him, Alaji Grusa. Same guy who recruited Lutari and Asian.
Oh, yes. Okay, when we had the next batch. Okay.
Yeah, he's the same recruiter. That guy, he's the guy who could literally kill your dreams just by watching him. I tried for his team. The guy told me, you need to go sell pineapples.
Wow.
That's what he told me. He said, my friend, you will do better selling pineapples. I know that guy.
Oh man, that's
yeah.
nice.
He owns a team in Ghana called King Faisal. Yeah, he played for him. He has a cane.
I got you.
He will mess you up.
Well then, how about Seydou Keita? Seydou Keita? Seydou Keita. Seydou Keita. Keita.
Wait, is it a Liverpool Keita?
No, not Seydou. Seydou.
That was from Mali, right?
Yeah.
I remember him. He was solid.
Seydou Keita was he played for Barcelona. Trying to think of what else he did. Because he made 100 appearances for Barcelona, and played under Pep too. He won 14 titles with Barcelona on that Barcelona team. Now he wasn't a regular starter, but he was.
Seydou Keita. Yeah, I remember him. I'll put him legit.
Oh, you're gonna put him legit?
Yeah, because he couldn't. His country wasn't good enough for him to.
Yeah, very tidy player.
Yeah.
Legit. You don't want honorable mention, maybe?
Yeah, honorable mention for me with Mr. Keita. Yeah, he's good.
I was kind of leaning towards honorable mention when I did the original list. But
yeah. Honorable for Mr. Keita.
How about then? How about Thomas Nkono? Excuse me. From
Thomas
Cameroon.
Nkono, the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He was
Yep.
a boss. That's why they won the
Yeah.
African Cup.
Yeah, he did. Honorable mention for me.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he won for Cameroon, but club wise from him didn't really shout him out. I thought he's good, but again, I think I've seen one or two few better African goalkeepers, but he's a good goalkeeper. I can't deny that.
Okay. Honorable mention for Thomas. How about then Yakubu from Nigeria?
Who?
Oh, Mr. Yakubu, the old Everton Middlesbrough. Yes.
I know. He just went, who? You just make a who?
You just made a whole bunch of Nigerians real mad.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did I mispronounce his name?
No, you're good. But I'm just saying, they are better players than Yakubu.
Yeah.
I don't even think he makes the green room. That's how I'm saying.
Wow. Oh, wow. You gotta put his invitation got lost in the mail. His invitation got lost in the mail.
In terms of African players, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even in his Nigerian team, yeah. Right.
Well, then I have two. These are the last two players then I have on here. I'll go Yaya Toure first. Yaya Toure.
Oh no, we already done him. 12. We already done him.
What'd you guys say for Yaya?
I think finalist.
You put him finalist.
Yeah.
I say finalist still.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Yaya Toure. Well, cool. Then we knocked that name out. Then the last name on the list I have is Samuel Eto'o.
Oh, finalist.
Finalist.
Not a question.
Okay.
That one is too easy.
Yeah.
All right. Whoops.
Did you had a Drabala in there? Drabala? Liverpool fans are asking. Drabala.
Oh, you know who I have? You know who I don't have a picture of? I did have him on my list. I think I had him on my list here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I still have a picture of him. I thought I had a picture of him. Who are the players? Who are some of the players that I guess we can give a shout? I don't know, mention shout that I didn't include. Anyone on this list that you want to make sure?
If you wanted to bring a Nigerian striker, you should have brought Yakini.
Yakini, oh yes. Oh, 94. Hey.
Let's see. I think I put Majer in there. There was a player that I had said that I thought I had him in the list. Maybe I didn't have a picture of him. Let me find him. Hold on a second. Oops. On this list. Okay. Bruce Robillard. Is that what you're talking about? Robillard, excuse me.
Oh, Robillard. Oh, okay. Oh, you want to go there, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. No, I think that's who Kwasi was mentioning earlier as the controversial name. A controversial name.
Who he was, I mean.
He's got some Ivan Toney problems, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, more than that.
Exactly. He likes a bit of money. That's we know crazy. He likes a bit of the passing the buck like us, famous African politicians.
Mhm.
But he was part of Liverpool's like possibly most dominant eras. He was part of the team,
Yes, yep.
and represented Zimbabwe, of course, but named 6 league titles, had 3 domestic cups.
1 Euro.
Was the 1984 European Cup final.
Actually, yeah. Everything with us, for sure. I think perhaps seen it a lot, Just country-wise, obviously, Zimbabwe never really had. Well, they had a decent thing. They had Peter Unlove at the time, but that was more to the end of his career, actually. He's past his peak. Well, we've got to keep it honest because, like I said, there's crazy the 3 criteria. So, as much as he dominated for us, country-wise, nothing happened.
Honorable mention.
Yeah. That's fine.
Ouch. All right. Honorable mention it is then. Honorable mention is. All right. Well, then, if that's the case, as we get closer and closer to the full 90 here, we have some really we have some legit people in this finals list though. We have Yaya Toure, we have Mane, we have Weah. Wait, I might have 2 pictures of George Weah on there. Let me double check. Oh no, Weah. Let's see.
And then you picking one out of all those?
No, we're gonna pick 4. Four. Since there's 4 in Mount Rushmore, we're gonna pick a top 4. Who would be the Mount Rushmore of
I could tell you now. I'll put 1. Yeah, let the chat start with theirs, and then we will come up. Give the chat.
Let's hear what the chat. Let's hear the chat. Drogba is legit nominee. He did not make the finalist. By the way, keep it level.
Yeah, quite a few people say that's a bit harsh, but
I know. Keep it level is asking this question to you guys because I didn't put him. I was ready to put him in as a finalist. The whole reason why I made this show is because of him going to go get that AFCON. He's asking how can
let me explain to keep it level. It seems like keep it level is finding it very hard to understand why.
Exactly, so you take the floor with this.
Yeah, let me tell you, keep it level. Everything that Salah has won, Mane has won. But Salah has not won African Cup. They both were nominated for Ballon d'Or. Mane was higher than Salah.
Okay.
And guess what? Mane is the reason why Salah did not win the African Cup and go to the World Cup. Keep it level. Obafemi Martins, you should be banned. You bring that name again, you'll be banned.
Oh, you mentioned Obafemi Martins. Hey! Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, please go.
Mane and Kanu are the favorites. Okay, Dustin, I feel you. George Weah is keep it levels. Bonkers has Martins from the Nigerian and Tony Yebo. Tony Yebo.
Oh, Tony Yeboah.
That's what I was talking to you about.
I don't know if I don't think I had him on this list.
Oh, it's a 12.
Yeah, that's
sacrilege. I have him on my research list. I didn't get a picture of him at least.
I just gave you a whole history at the beginning. You didn't pay attention.
12. You wait till Uncle Albert finds about this, or you're in trouble.
Hey. I'm probably in trouble. I probably am.
Oh, God. That's fine. But no, he wouldn't have made the finalists anyway.
He wouldn't have made the
he wouldn't
finalists
make
though,
it.
right? No, I don't
No.
think
He
so.
wouldn't be the finalists. No. He would definitely be a mention.
Yeah.
Who else do we have in this list? Let me make sure. I'm gonna make a quick clip of who we have in this list here, so we can make sure we have them all down. So we have Yaya Toure in this list. We have Sadio Mane, no Salah in this list. We have Samuel Eto'o in this list. We have Roger Milla in this list. We have Riyadh in this list. We have obviously George Weah in this list. We have Assam in this list. And we also have Pele in this list. I think that's all, right? Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys the burning question here, which is who out of these 8 nominees, there's going to be 4 that don't make the cut. Who out of this list does not make the cut?
I'll give you my 4 right now.
Who are we nominating as? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You already got your 4. All right.
I already got my 4.
Latte, do you have your 4? And
Not yet.
you're still out there, able to log in. Definitely log in, and the chat as well. Obviously, you're a part of this too. Put in out of the 8 nominees, who are your 4 out of the 8 nominees? I know you might have your personal favorites, chat, but out of the nominees that we have on here, who are your favorite? Who are your top 4 footballers of all time for Africa? I'll give you the list: Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure, Pele, Assam, George Weah, Riyadh, Roger Milla, and Sadio Mane are the 8. Good list. It's still a good list. It's still a really good list, I think. And I like the fact that we have even though I don't like that he was a City player, I like the fact that we have Riyadh even in the finalists. A relatively newer name, and Sadio Mane again the same, a relatively newer name in that list. But yes, who's your 4? I see keep it levels 4 is Eto'o, Weah, Milla, and Mane.
Strong mixed.
That's a strong Mount Rushmore right there. Nilante, do you have your list ready?
Yeah. Oh, it's a difficult one. My one was going to be where Eto'o, Yaya, and I'm just stuck between Mane and Pele. That is because a lot of people would again the chat. I don't know again, so I apologize. They wouldn't really remember much about Pele, but I do, and obviously Kwesi does.
Yeah, obviously you know a lot about.
Yeah, he's one of it's like arguably our best, our best greatest player. So, oh god, it's difficult. Oh my god, but Mane,
You know what's interesting too, real quick. It's very interesting because I know that we're talking about Mane being a finalist, but some would argue that Salah is the greatest, possibly the greatest, if not one of the greatest Liverpool players of all time. Some are making that argument.
He probably will be. To be fair, obviously he's gonna be at Liverpool longer than Mane. But I think with Mane, people don't forget. I think people look too much. I was discussing this with someone in another podcast in terms of assistant goals, like stat padding. Because I've been to Anfield like many times and I've seen Mane and I see the way he draws players out, the way he moves, the way he makes runs, the way he just kind of tantalizes. Because out of the two, Salah, Mane, I'm not saying Salah wasn't, but Mane was more the dribbler out of the two. And the way I remember when we used to play, again, because I like to look in the game very deep. So Mane, and yes, Salah, but Mane used to draw 2, 3 players out for Salah to get the space, to get the goals. And don't get me wrong, Salah done this thing, but Mane, like, for me, again, it's very hard. You can pick and choose between both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
So yeah,
But the thing is, this for people, we have to, if we're going to do this, we can't be sensationalist. Just
exactly.
yeah, we're looking at the whole total thing. Salah
Exactly.
will tell you himself, I need to win. He said it. I need to win the African Cup.
Yeah, and this is the whole basis. Like you said, Crazy. Like you said, Crazy, at the start, you said, simple, which is, I definitely agree with that. Club, international, and then the player himself. So, and then we're all being honest, and we have to go with merit. Now, people would say in the chat that why is George Ware there because he didn't win AFCON, and I said, yeah, that's true. But number one, his team was really, but that exactly, and his team, not saying his team was really that bad. Libya, they're small, like they're not one of the African giants, and exactly in the Ballon d'Or, exactly that African players are not known for winning the Ballon d'Or, so that counters everything. So just for the chat, just in case if they want to, thinking why, if that's the case, the why it's wearing. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. So then your list is then. What's your 4 again?
Oh, mine was what was it again? Eto, no, it was Eto. Oh God, I can't see the names of this kid. Eto,
Eto on the list in the 8 is Eto, Yaya, Assam, Pele, George Weah, Riyadh, Raja Milla, and Sadio Mane.
Okay, so yes, so I was Eto, where Yaya, and I said I was stuck between Mane and Pele. Ooh. Oh God, I'm gonna say Mane just, and that's very hard. I can't split between two, but I'll say Mane just.
Okay,
that's very hard because Pele was
because Mane won African Cup for his country.
Yeah, exactly. Quasi. How are you voting it? What are you leaving it as your top 4? As your 4 out of those 8?
Let me write it down for you so you could see it.
Okay.
I like to start control. I like controversy.
Share it in the chat. Share it in the chat too. Yeah. And I'll post it so everyone can see it as well.
What's the goalkeeper name again?
Assam Al-Hadari. EL-HADARY.
Oh, I just spelled it wrong.
Okay. No, you got it right. Assam is right. Oh wow. That's a strong list though.
Oh, Mr. List though. What's the list? I missed that.
Yeah, so Quasi has Eto, Weah, Milla, and Assam Al-Hadari, making it as his top 4.
Interesting. Okay.
It's a strong list. That's a very strong list.
Interesting. Assam was in the top 4. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Very, very strong.
I mean, he won more African Cup than everybody else on the list.
Oh yes, he has.
Yeah.
He certainly has.
In the point, yeah. I just feel that was better out there. But yeah, that's true. Yeah, I can't argue.
So let me see what Bonkers LFC is saying. Bruce Rabelar he has Baba Yaro. Oh, that's a good name. Toribo West, Colo Torre, and Hakimi. He has Mark Vivian Foe, Essien, Yaya Torre, Mane, Salah, Drogba. Oh, he's got just a lot of names. He's started throwing a lot of names in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So that's a strong list. That's a very strong list. The only difference between your guys' list is that Quasi has Assam in there, and Nolante has Stadio. basically, because I think you both had Eto in there, you both have Weah in there, and you both have Roger Milla in there, right?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't have Roger Milla. Who do you have? Who do you have as
No.
your? Who?
So my
Yeah,
one,
yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that's you guys are trying to make it easy. I was hoping that I could just host it and not have to be like the determining factor in who gets to put in there. Uncle Albert,
Okay,
where are you? Where are you, Uncle Albert?
Sorry, Uncle Albert. He's eating some.
I'm telling you. What you can do is
Put it to the.
you can put it to the chat and put it to vote in on Twitter. My team versus his. Unless you
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's true.
Well, there are some people. There are a couple of people I think then we're going to definitely put in there because we had Samuel Eto'o is definitely going in as
100%.
That
100%.
Understood and agreed upon.
Yes, we can shake a dance.
Let's see. George Weah is the other participant that is going up as being a Mount Rushmore participant because you both had him on your list. That those two are non-controversial. The next two is where we get into it, where it's going to be interesting because we have Roger Milla and you have Assam, and Nolante has Yaya Toure and Sadio Mane. Those are all really, really good players.
Yeah. Like I said, the Mane one was hard because I was stuck between him and Abdi Pele because Abdi Pele, oh my God, he was another guy. And like I said, in the 90s, early 90s, hey, crazy news. Hey, the ball that. So it's very hard. That was a very difficult decision, but got to stick with it now. So yeah.
I mean, I you know what's funny is I do love Yaya. Despite him being a City player, I thought Yaya Toure was just next level when it came to player. I just always thought
did Yaya win the African Cup?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, that team, right? The one that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Quasi was ready to throw him under that bus.
No, we have to be sure.
He's gonna be like, yeah, you see Drogba over there? Go hang out with him.
He's okay. Drogba was good.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna do it by like process of elimination here. Pele was a baller. Pele was a baller. There's a reason why his name is Pele, but I'm gonna take him out of that list.
Yeah, so sorry, man. Please, Mr. Pele, forgive me.
Yeah, I have to take him. Wow.
Ghana people come after you, Nathan.
I
know.
I know.
I won't be going to go to the land of God anytime soon, eh?
No.
Yes, Mahrez is a finalist. Keep it level. Mahrez is a finalist. All right, I'm gonna give this to the chat. Let them get their vote in there. Who do you have as the final two participants in this list? We have Yaya Toure, we have Sadio Mane, we have Issam El Hadari. We also have list here ready for me too. We have Issam El Hadari. We have Abdi Pele. We have Roger Milla, and we have Riyad Mahrez, and we have Sadio Mane. To the chat, who are we putting in there as our participants for who do we have in there? Mahrez won the treble. Okay. There's a lot of shots for Mahrez to get in there, it looks like.
Well,
Keep it level has
yeah.
Mahrez, I believe, right?
Nah. Mm-mm.
No,
K-Max,
he misses
if you
that
have Eto,
just.
K-Max says
No,
if you
he
have Eto and Weah, then you need Mahrez in there, right? That's what he's
no
asking, guys.
No, and
no
as people saying about the treble, yeah, he did, but the treble
was
season, he wasn't the first team regularly named in the team sheet. He didn't start the
yeah.
Champions League final or FA Cup. So as good as he is, but no.
Because K-Max saying, I hate to say it, or he hates to say it, but Mahrez has won the Premier League with two different. Oh wow, he has. He won with two different teams. He won the Premier League with two different teams.
What about his personal accolades? He won the African Player of the Year once.
Yeah.
I know we're in the extra. I'm running the extra time here. All right, and then Dustin's also saying, I'll say it like that. I rate Mane and Mahrez higher than Eto and Torre. Other players I'm not fit to judge. Mane has to be in there though. That's what Dustin.
Wait. He rates who?
He rates
Mahrez
Mane
over Eto.
Mahrez higher than Eto and Torre.
Then you don't know who Eto is. Go check
Dustin,
Eto's recommendation.
you're poking the bear, Dustin. You're poking the bear.
Yeah.
All right, so wait. I mean, there's votes for Mahrez in there. Mahrez is getting moved up a little bit, I guess. And Dustin says he does know who Eto is. He does know who that player is.
Okay.
Then where
Hey,
did
hey. Eto and Weah are done. They've already been chiseled into the mountain. They're there. All right, finally, yes, Uncle Albert. We needed your. Is Uncle Albert not in here yet? No, he popped in and popped out again. Oh man.
Okay.
I was hoping that we had the final determinant on this. Eto is my guys. Oh, Eto isn't his guy. That's Dustin saying he just isn't his guy.
That's right.
But K-Max saying Eto is a monster. Who are those last two, man?
I give you the last two. Why are you making it difficult?
I know because
No. We're not good.
I'll admit my bias. I would like to have a Liverpool representation on that.
That's
mountain. But it's all good.
No.
It's all good. I would like to, but I'm not going to go that far.
I'm sorry.
And I don't know if Riyadh makes it. I would go with. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Exactly. Yeah. Mane.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be interesting, but I feel so bad not putting Roger Milla in there.
Oh.
You see, now if you're gonna go, if you're gonna go there, I do not want to be part of this ranking. That's what you on your own. No.
You don't want to be a part of the chiseling of the ribbon breaking ceremony?
Nah, I'm not part of it.
I put So I put a Psalm on there. And Yaya's gotta be a good strong shout, man.
Hassan.
Good strong shout. If not,
take the emotions out.
Well, the emotions are strong when the man has done a lot in this game,
I can't take
Somebody said that somebody said Eto after Barcelona was late. Did you know what he did at
No. Come on, he won the treble. What's this? Come on,
people be talking.
Exactly. Come on.
Is Yaya
He's still a good
overrated?
player.
What are we saying? Are we saying?
No, Yaya's never
Someone
overrated.
Dustin said Yaya's
No.
post bars.
Never.
How can he be overrated? Tell me. He played as a centre back against a prime Ronaldo, Tevez, Rooney, and he had them in his back pocket, and Barcelona won the treble. So if he's overrated, then boy, I don't know football. It's okay. Opinions. Scored 24 league goals when they beat us to that 30-14 season when Gerrard. And yeah, he's overrated. But what do I know? What do you know?
No,
That's fine.
Yaya was a difference maker. I mean, like
The
he
beast.
of course, and possibly one of the best set piece takers too as well.
Yeah, he could free
His,
kicks. Yeah, he could bang it, shoot it, defend. He could dribble. Yeah,
he
listen.
was just deadly from. You didn't expect that from him, but he was amazing for free kicks. Absolutely
Exactly.
amazing.
The only thing Yaya didn't have was just the flair of an Okocha in that kind of sense. But everything else he could do.
Yeah.
So
So all right. So
This
I
guy
mean,
said, "I'm gonna take Roger Miller out. You on your own." I mean, that was log off.
wait. I put Roger Miller in there. I took Assam out. I took Assam out, replaced him with Roger Miller.
oh wow, okay, interesting. Roger for his World Cup experts.
Yeah,
I know I'm probably
GTS
going to get hit. I'm probably going to get. I know I'm going to get targeted by my Egyptian brethren here by doing that. Hey, I wanted I wanted Salah at least in the finalists. He didn't even make it to the finalists, though. I mean, I got voted out from that.
All right. This is where you needed 12 man. You needed Uncle Albert. This is where you needed it.
Oh, I needed Uncle Albert here for sure to help us help balance out.
Uncle Albert would have been on my side.
He probably would have.
Probably.
I mean, like, yeah, Yaya Toure. I mean, this sheer. Would you say? How about this then? Would you say that Yaya Toure is better than Mane?
Oh,
does Yaya Toure have a better shout to be that fourth, or does Mane have a better shout?
Mane has.
Mane has it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You have to look at what Mane did for his country.
Yeah, I mean, Yaya did it, but he didn't do it in a way Mane did.
Exactly.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah. And it's not just because he's a Liverpool player, because I like Yaya. I rate him highly. Yeah.
You don't have to. I'm just going by what the people want. That's all I'm saying. Just so that everyone knows. I'm going by what the people want.
What kind of host are you, Derek?
I'm just an innocent bystander here.
Oh yeah, sure.
Appreciating.
You see this crazy,
appreciating this
I would not put. I'm telling people, I will not put Mane in the. I will put a Psalm in there instead of Mane.
Okay.
That's just. I'm just telling you. You guys don't understand. Ask the Egyptian. The Egyptians will tell him he is their greatest player of all time.
He is the greatest player. And Egypt, I know.
For now,
Egypt has a lot of. I know they have a lot of. They have a lot of.
They do, yeah. This is why Salah needs to start winning it, and then he can surpass.
Yeah, Salah has a man to do it. If he doesn't,
yes. Hey, unfortunately, yes.
I'm telling you, this is last year. This is his last month.
How you guys feeling about this in the chat? How you guys feeling about this in the chat? So far, we have the final chisel spot hasn't been completely done yet, but so far this is what we have as our Mount Rushmore. We have Samuel Eto'o. We have George Weah.
Hey.
Roger Miller.
Hey.
And we have drum roll.
I refuse. I know.
Crazy? No.
We have Assam El Hadari.
Thank you.
So I don't get taken out by.
No. Chat. Revolt.
I know.
Revolt.
Oh my goodness! I want to put Mane in there.
Some people will, of course, revolt against the goalkeeper because he's a goalkeeper.
Yeah,
I understand that. But you have to understand what this guy meant to the Egyptian people.
No.
What he he stayed. He's one of those players that didn't need to go abroad. They stayed home and played and won a lot of accolades. Check his history, man. People check his history. Stop with what they call the popular names. This is not Messi and Ronaldo Ballon d'Or nomination stuff.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's just, I would like to see him in there too. I do.
Yeah.
I know. So I put down who are the finalists, and I'm going to put down who makes our Mount Rushmore here for people, so they know who is the panel's Mount Rushmore, greatest players of all time to represent Africa. We have a pretty legit, easy, or at least an easier consensus on three of these names. At least I would say pretty so. Definitely one of them. I would say possibly the George Washington, or the most notable name on the list is Samuel Eto'o. I think he's like the name that we all put as being understood to be on this list. It's difficult to go against. It's difficult to go against possibly the AFCON's greatest winning or most winning team, right? And also to go against even more so to go against possibly that country's greatest player ever. I don't know too much. Does El Hadari have a great club record as well, by the way? Real quick.
That I'm not sure. I think that's one we could Gil search that, but they must. I'm sure they did. But I'm not 100% sure with that.
Okay. So I don't really know too much. Chris Angel's got Weah, Eto'o, Pele, and Miller as his top four.
Oh, fair play, Chris. Someone knows about Pele. Yeah. Baller. Yeah. So it hurts my soul to do that to him, but yeah.
Dustin says, "I'm happy Yaya didn't make it. If I'm a coach and I'm taking a player for my team, Mane over Eto'o every day." That's yeah, okay.
Yeah, Dustin.
That's the bar.
But yeah, it does hurt, or not hurt the chances, but I know some of us haven't seen these players play in their prime. We primarily just heard what their accolades were already, or we understand, or maybe we see clips, or maybe we're told by our fathers or our grandparents or our brothers, what this player meant to them or what this player really symbolized on the pitch. Sadio Mane. Oh, Sadio. I wanted you there, brother. I wanted you there. I wanted you to be representing Senegal for sure. But again, I don't have any bias towards any country in this list. Obviously,
you see the history. You see the history that K-Mac just did?
What's that?
I say K-Mac just gave people a history of the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah.
This guy is a beast,
2008. Wow. He only let in one goal from 1996 to 2008. Wait a minute. Is that accurate? One goal.
Which one? Maybe he said he scored a goal.
To 2008. That's his club team that he has there. He only let in one goal in the for a 12-year span with that team. Huh?
He scored one goal.
Oh, he scored one goal.
Just like Alisson. Okay. Just like Alisson.
I was gonna say, if he only let in one goal, he's definitely on this list then. 7 titles. Let's see. I'm only talking of who I saw in their prime. Okay, that was Dustin saying this. Chris Angel says How dare Mane being in the in the Mount Rushmore is crazy. I got you. He's also saying he scored 1 goal. I got you. 412 games, scored 1 goal. 412 games. That's a really long career too. Eto is also a not nice guy. Okay.
Yeah, pick your favorite player, and I'll tell you the same about them too.
Yeah, chances are there's a lot of players out there that aren't really the greatest of people when it comes to getting to know them. Of course, I mean everyone's a human being.
Mhm.
I think that's a solid. I think we have a solid list here. I'm cool with it. I know Lonante. I think had to drop out real quick. If he's able to, you can hop back on. But we're gonna be wrapping up here pretty much in the next few minutes. Thank you for rocking with me, Quasi Bowl TV.
Thank you so well.
Definitely. Big up to Nolante. Big up to Uncle Albert that was on earlier. Appreciate it. Wealth of knowledge here, man. Really wealth of knowledge. That's why I wanted to make sure that the panel is full of some real ballers in themselves, in the sense of knowing what it was, what these players, how they grew up, or what they symbolized, what they represented. Yeah, I know some of these names on some of the guys that are still on that bottom list. I didn't necessarily include them, like your Ziyaches and stuff like that. Oh, you can't see it. Drogba got a legit nominee. Chris Angel, he got legit, which is basically in the middle. It's like he's a legit nominee. He got his name on the ballot, but he didn't get to the finals. He wasn't a finalist, so he was a legit nominee. Got his name on the ballot. At least Salah got his name on the ballot, maybe with some influence from myself, making sure his name was included on that legit nominee list. But apparently Mo Salah needs to win the AFCON to be a finalist for this list. He needs to win the AFCON. So looks like we're not going to see Mo Salah until mid-February.
You see the K-Max
what, this right here?
No, start from the top.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
With whom this is his club team. This is talking about he's talking about Assam. Assam won 8 Egyptian Premier League titles, 4 Egyptian Cups, 4 Egyptian Super Cups, 4 CAF Champions League titles, 3 wow, it's so many that it goes into the next page. Okay, so then it goes 3 CAF Super titles, 1 Arab Club Champions Cup, and 2 Arab Super Cups. It's a lot. Definitely.
It keeps going. Keep going.
Oh, okay. And in games, 771 games, 2 mental. He played there. Played till he was 45 years old. Wow.
That's why Egyptians regard him so high.
Yeah, right. Chris, do you have a problem with? You have a problem with legit nominee? Should he be higher? He's talking about Drogba. I think that's a legitimate place for Drogba to be.
Yeah, Drogba never won African Cup, Chris.
He never won the AFCON. If he'd won the AFCON, he's in the same boat as Salah. If he'd won the AFCON, he'd be a finalist. But since he hasn't won the AFCON, he's not getting a finalist place. I think that's a legit Mount Rushmore, man. Samuel Eto'o. So in the list we have Samuel Eto'o, George Weah, Roger Milla, and Issam Al-Hadari. I think that's a legit top 4. I think, and there's not many people that can argue above that, especially from what K-Max putting in all those accolades for. I mean, that is sick. Albeit, most likely, if Mo Salah was to play in his home country of Egypt, he would probably have as many accolades, all the Super Cup, Egyptian Super Cups and Egyptian titles and everything else. Most likely his team would most likely be in whatever team he played for, most likely would be, gaining all those accolades. But
yeah,
hey, I think this is a legit list. I like it. You have any
Oh, he
problems?
said Dustin is asking if AFCON. Drogba never won AFCON. 801, I think 3 times, if I'm not mistaken. Eto'o scored more goals in the AFCON tournament. He has the highest goal scored in Cameroon. And then everything else you know about Eto'o.
Yeah. That's playing in Italy when Italy was actually one of, if not the top league, one of the top leagues, and if not number one, if not number 2 league in the world at that time. I mean, Italy was during the era that he played in the Italian league. Italy was a really, really amazing, like sufficiently stacked with talent league for sure. Well, hey, I don't think many people, even if you watch this on the replay, I don't think many people are going to argue with our list. I don't think that it was. There are some that might say this or that about 1 or 2 of the nominees. I get that, but or maybe someone got hosed and didn't get in there, didn't get a real chance to be a part of it, part of the party. Maybe they didn't necessarily. Maybe they're stuck in the green room as people were putting. We had a lot of people that got to like watch from the audience basically and not make it out of the green room at all.
Let me Chris has a question. You wanna
I'll bring it up here.
Yeah.
He's saying if this is based on club achievements as well, or what you've done for your nation, because Salah hasn't lost in a final under his has a loss in a final under his belt. Yes.
So it's your club, your nation, and then your personal accolades, all 3.
Yeah. K-Max saying, I disagree. It's harder for a goalkeeper to win all those titles. Okay. I definitely know that he's the most. I know Salah is much beloved in Egypt, but even Salah doesn't measure up to Assam El Hadari's stature in Egypt. I know that. I know that much. I'm not Egyptian personally, but I mean, like, I know that is when people reference their greatest player of all time, it's usually Assam who is mentioned in that name or as that person. And the reason why I made this show was because, again, with Mo Salah going on to win this AFCON for Egypt, to possibly solidify himself as a finalist, if not as one of the greatest African players of all time. It is something to say. Drogba, I agree. I understand. Chris is saying Drogba has achieved more than Salah in his career, even though Mane has an AFCON. Yes, I think that's the reason why we had him in legit nominee, as in he made the ballot list. He just didn't make the finalist list. I think the same with Drogba. Drogba didn't make the finalist list because of his inadequacies in the AFCON. So far, Salah is under that same measure. But it's been a fun show. Eto'o scored 33 goals for Inter in 2 years post Barca, and is all I'll say. Okay, Dustin. I think Dustin is not like Eto'o being in that list. He does not like him being in that list. I just think Samuel Eto'o normally is the consensus player that most people put as arguably the greatest African player of all time, which is very interesting, Dustin. I'm just having a conversation, Dustin. I'm not saying that your opinion isn't valid at all. I'm saying if anything, I'm just putting that out there. Do you not agree with that?
Eto'o won. He won 2 African Cups, Olympic gold medal, and then he been in a World Cup 3 times.
Yeah.
And then this is just and then club honors. You guys already know his club honors.
Yeah, he was
the only I think he's bettered by Samuel Kufuor when it comes to 4 major league triumphs in 2 different countries.
Mhm.
2 Champions League.
Yeah, it's very
He has, what,
interesting. What?
He won 1 with Ronaldinho, won 1 with Messi, and then 1 with Mourinho.
Yeah, and Chris is saying, "Yup," and he has a gold medal too.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't really factor in the Olympics, even though I know that is another competition. Simply because like the Olympics is like, it's very interesting how they like the approach of the Olympics and the number of really high profile names that you can include in that list. That's why.
What's the name? Pops is saying that if Salah wins the Champions League, he will be in the list.
Yeah, he says when Mo wins the Champions League next year, he'll be in the finals. Okay. Well, how about when Mo wins a Europa? Is that a Europa and a Premier League title? Does that make him go in that list? I don't. Cedric is saying, "I've learned a lot. Must admit, I was." Oh, big up, Albert. Albert's back. Oh, you made it just in time.
Yeah, I'm back.
You made it just in time. We put together the list. You can maybe throw the monkey wrench in there to try to mix it up a little bit. But I'll tell you who made so this was the list of the names that made the finalists. Excuse me. We had, let's see. The finalists were Samuel Eto'o, Yaya Toure, Pele, El Hadari, Weah, Mahrez, Roger Milla, and Sadio Mane were the 8 that made it, and the 4 that we believe that should be in that list are Samuel Eto'o, George Weah, Roger Milla, and Issam El Hadari. Do you have someone that you think should have been in that list or should not be in that list?
I think Abu Trika and Abedi Pele should have been up there.
Say it one more time.
Abu Trika, Mohamed Abu Trika.
Oh, wow.
From Egypt.
Okay.
Egypt. Yeah. And Abedi Pele.
Abedi Pele was in the
Jordan, I use that.
So then who would be your 4 then? Who would be your 4? Who would be your 4?
Definitely Roger Milla, George Weah. I would add Abedi Pele because he won the African best player 3 times in a row. And then I will say Samuel Eto'o.
And Samuel Eto'o. Okay.
Yeah.
So the only person. So you would. So do you think then that Pele is a greater shout than El Hadari?
Yes.
Oh wow.
I disagree.
Well, he won the African Championship only when he was 17. I mean, and he basically, somebody got injured. Because I don't know if you remember, but Adolfama got injured. He was thrown into the team, and a 17-year-old guy picked up the team. It's just that at the time we didn't have Twitter, we didn't have YouTube, we didn't have. So even reels of that are hard to find. Some of us, we listened to it on the exploits on radio. It's just recently that you find like a few grainy newsreels of what actually happened. But he just basically picked up a team when he was 17 and they went to the Cup of Nations and won. And indeed, at that particular Cup of Nations, Ghana had boycotted. So there was a change of power in Ghana and the team just had a month to prepare. They went and won. And the guy he substituted was one of the aces in the team, and he had gotten hurt. So the history sits there. I mean, he's also won the Champions League, if you remember, with Marseille in.
But they took it back.
What was the year?
94.
Yeah.
No, sorry. 92. Yeah. Is it 94, 92?
92.
They took it back though, right?
They took it back.
Well, I have always told you guys, I don't believe in this taking it back thing. The people want it on the field. So if you say Bernard Tapie was a criminal, and because of that, you've taken the title away from Olympique Marseille. Were all the players criminals? Didn't they beat AC Milan? And even if I was AC Milan, how do you feel accepting it? You know,
That's why Liverpool waiting for City to get that 115 charges.
exactly. That's what for me. When those 115 little snippets come up, my only solace will be that Manchester City will be in the 4th division and they won't be bothering us anymore. But as for what they won it on the pitch. You can't. I mean, if you see where I'm coming from, the players won it on the pitch.
If real quick question then to you both.
Sorry.
If hypothetically the 115 charges get jurisdicted, they actually or they figure out what they want to do with it, and they say, you know what, we're gonna like take away the title and properly give it to the team that won it. Or a team that didn't win it, but the team that came in second place will give them the title per se. Let's say hypothetically. Would you not be accepting of that? Would you say
I'll take it for Stevie Gerrard's sake, I'll take it. But it's not something that I'm amenable to because I think the players win it on the bench, on the pitch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when players are going out there to go and play football and win on the pitch, how do you now come and say that all of them are criminals? How many of them even knew what the accounting office was doing? So we have to be circumspect. The other thing I also worry about is I don't want that thing to catch up with Liverpool at any point in time. You know what I'm saying? Because it creeps.
Yeah.
You had Nottingham Forest. It's happened to everything. Now it's Nottingham Forest. Chelsea are going to get theirs. Sooner or later, you find out that we did something wrong too. So
we did. We already been punished twice.
I know, but it could be grievous, like GBH standards, So
115.
I'm just saying, for the sake of Man City and for the fact that they've denied us three titles, I'm happy for it to happen to them. But I'm just saying that we should be careful. Be careful what you wish for. There's a saying in Ghana that when your neighbor's beard is burning, fetch some water and put it by yours, because you never know when the cinder blocks will come from. I'm uncomfortable with that whole spectacle. I'm also uncomfortable with the fact that it's taking so long to deal with them.
Right?
Yeah. Robert,
no, I agree. I agree with you on that.
Uncle Robert, before I leave, quick question. When Ben Johnson won the 100 meters.
I knew you were going to come up with that.
Okay.
California. I knew you were a California boy. I knew you were going to come up with that. I just knew it.
If they didn't cheat, they probably would have never won all those trophies.
No, I get you. I mean, that's like Lance Armstrong.
Well, yeah, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Marion Jones. What's that guy's name? Her boyfriend, Tim Montgomery. I just don't want to go participate in any tournament, come second, and then a few weeks later or a few years later or whatever, I'm told that the person who came before me stole, so here's the medal. I don't know.
Yeah, but anyway, this is the question. If they don't cheat, the question is, if they don't cheat, do they win? It's not what happened on the pitch. What happened on the pitch is the manager.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I'm taking it. I'm just saying that I'm taking it. Give me those 3 titles. I'm taking it. Guess what? It's not only us that get titles. Man United also gets some. So it's a nice go around for everybody, right? I'm just saying that be careful. You know what I'm saying? Just be careful what you wish for. By the way, I was at the Newcastle game.
Oh, were you?
It was amazing.
How electric was that? Yeah, that's incredible.
It was amazing. An emotional roller coaster, man.
But the crowd. How about this? Do you think that the crowd was more hyped, or like as Klopp called out the crowd?
It was the Newcastle crowd that were making noise. It wasn't our crowd.
Wow, so it wasn't so okay.
The Newcastle crowd. The Cup end will always make noise, right? But the Newcastle guys were very vocal. like really, really vocal, because I was sitting like where I was sitting. Basically, they were at a 90-degree angle from me, and they were making a heck of a lot of noise, especially when they equalized. And you know, when they became 3-2, I started having a very, very eerie feeling that something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, feeling that they were going to get like that equalizer goal or something, and
You know, like with the Spurs thing, like, so
yeah,
I was worried, but hey, we pulled through, and
yeah,
our boys played well. You know, the difference between this team and last season's team is the mentality. They simply just give you more of the same for 95 minutes, like more of the same. The people who come in as replacements simply just give you more of the same, and at a point in time it will wear you down. So
that's yeah, yeah.
that's the Klopp 2.0 for me. And after seeing them, I am tipping them to win the title. I'm actually tipping them to win.
Nice. Yeah,
They've got
I
everything.
said I said this on a couple of podcasts. I said that to me it looked like I thought Newcastle was on their last legs, despite the fact they scored the 2 goals. I get that. I still think that they were on wobbly legs. Even the commentators over here were saying similar comments, as in like they just did. You look at their bench, you look at what they have on the pitch, and it was like they were just. It seemed like they were kind of like holding on, you know, with that boxer's up against the ropes and he's just holding
They
on.
are exactly. I like the boxing analogy because our team is just relentless.
Yeah,
Our
yeah.
team is a Canelo, simply
Mhm.
relentless. Body shots, body shots, body shots until they get you. You know, both Arsenal and Man City have drawn against us, but both of them knew they should have lost that match.
Yeah,
And,
Dustin
and
has a question for you. He says, "You don't think it's the energy as well that played a
yeah,
part in it?"
that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. It's the energy. They're
yeah,
relentless. I mean, they are relentless.
yeah.
The thing is, I saw matches last season.
Mhm.
What I this is the first match I've seen this season. Last season, this Newcastle match would have drawn.
We almost did.
Last
We
season,
almost did. Last year was Fabio was the Fab got the game winner in that game.
right?
And
Last
actually, I think
season,
and Bobby got. I think it was Bobby got the goal. Bobby got the equalizer, and then
and
Fab
then
got the winner.
Fabio got. You know, last season would have lost the Fulham match, given the same circumstances,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Would have
Mhm.
lost the Fulham match.
Mhm.
Last season, the Luton match would have lost. And seeing them as I saw them on Monday, I understand why they're just relentless.
Mhm. He said, Blazer Pop saying you should have had the feeling of another massive 4-3, not anything eerie.
Well,
That's Blazer Pop.
the eerie thing for me reminded me of the Spurs match.
Mhm.
We've done it against Crystal Palace too. If you recall, we're 3-0 ahead and we came and lost the game 4-3. So I was just worried. But, you know, as soon as Mark the Knife came in, you know what was going to happen. That's what I'm saying. That they take Endo off, they bring McAllister on. It's more
Yeah,
of the same, relentless. They take Zoboslai on, they bring Elliot,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Made
More of the
difference.
same relentless stuff. They take Curtis Jones off, they bring Gravenberch on. More relentless. I mean, it's the same thing, and you have to deal with it for 95 minutes. At
Yeah,
some point in time, you will crack.
yeah.
Most of the teams will crack.
Did
And
you do you have that feeling? Do you have that 2019, 2020 feeling? You know, like that. Remember that essence of just you just know somehow, some way that this team with the energy, whether it's on from the bench or whether it's the initial starting 11, you know that
I
that
think
energy
that
is always going to be high.
I think they're gonna win.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win the title. They are like the lions of Etosha. They never stop running.
Hmm.
It's unbelievable the kind of physicality with which they play. It's it's completely different from last season. Last season there was no spirit in the team.
How about this
This
quick
season is
question?
different.
Quick question then.
Go
This
ahead.
FA Cup match coming up. Do you think that Klopp should put a starting 11 that is like more so a strong starting 11, or should you think that he should put in some youth players, knowing that we have a semifinal right after that?
He should go strong.
Go
He
strong
should
for
go
the FA
strong.
Cup?
Yeah. Many people wake up every day and go to work. He should go strong.
There's a lot of people that
have
have this game. A lot of people have this FA Cup game as being their, I don't want to call it a throwaway game, but they have it as like out of all the tournaments or all the competitions that they're in, they're putting the FA Cup as like the least important out of the four, which is interesting.
But let me ask you,
and maybe it's also because we're so far in the semifinal.
Let me ask you this: psychologically,
I'm not
don't
there
you
too.
think
I'm not never.
No, I'm saying that psychologically, don't you think, knowing that we have them in the Prem 2 weeks later, is that it will be wrong for us to go there and go and lose psychologically? Don't you think?
Absolutely. Yeah.
We should go there. Ideally, we should go there and bring them back to Anfield and knock them out of the FA Cup.
I'm cool with that. I said the only thing I'm willing to settle for is I want the win of Cup, obviously, but the only thing I'm willing to settle for is a draw. I get we're at the Emirates. Yeah, that's all well and good. I think because I'm not positive, but if we do draw, we go back to Anfield, right? It's a replay.
Okay. When we draw,
I didn't know if it was penalties or not. I didn't know if it was penalties.
No, it's not. It's not with the FA Cup. When you draw, you go back.
Yeah. Okay. If that's the case, yeah, let's go. Let's bring it back to Anfield. I'd be comfortable with that setting.
Yeah. I think, I also think that based on how they play, it doesn't matter whether they are home or away, really.
Yeah.
Based on how they play, it doesn't. We should have beaten Man City. I mean, that last minute header, if Luis Diaz had headed it backwards, we win the match. Okay. Instead of trying to loop it over the goalkeeper, if he had just noticed that Salah and Trent were behind him, we win the match. So as far as I'm concerned, I think they have a lot of boundless energy. And despite how people are a little uneasy about Salah going, I think the energy is the same with or without Salah. Yes, Salah is the cold finisher. He's the best player in our team. He will get you the goals. But I think if he's not playing, the other players step up. Remember what happened against West Ham? I think I'm really liking the look of Elliott, especially. Endo is a much better player than we give him credit for, and I'm guilty. So, I'm guilty. Okay, guilty. All right. I called him Mr. Miyagi. I called him the Karate Kid. Guilty, because he's a very, very good player. Most of them, you need to see them live to understand the dynamics. You need to see Klopp going mental on the touchline, screaming at those.
Oh, I know. He's ready to throw his hat. He's ready to throw his hat that one time.
Yeah. Throw his hat. Basically, sometimes fall on the ground, scream at his base, the bench. Calling some of the players, asking them, "What is this guy doing? What is he doing?"
Yeah.
It's a whole art form, and always constantly engaging the fourth official, complaining. Klopp is he's a trip, man. He's a trip. He virtually plays the game. There's this clip. I don't know whether you guys have seen it. Salah is about to take the penalty and Klopp has turned. He's not watching.
Turned his back. He watches.
Yeah, he turns his back. He's not watching. And he's waiting. He's waiting for the applause before he did it twice at Newcastle.
Yeah.
So but I firmly put us, people are, and Klopp said something which I thought was very cool. He said Kevin De Bruyne is warming up and people are terrified. What's the problem here? I don't see Kevin De Bruyne coming back as, it may be consequential, but he's not the end all and be all. Let's also not forget that the game leaves you. At a point in time, for every player, the game will leave you. We saw Modric last season. Maybe the game will leave Kevin De Bruyne, who knows? But we are not going to be phased because Kevin De Bruyne is coming back. I don't really think it's consequential to us.
It does. Do you think that maybe though the one with City, or as I call him the 115, but with City, having no players leave for AFCON or Asia Cup. Do you think that's going to be that could be a variable that helps them?
It doesn't matter. I think we will do fine. The last time Salah went to AFCON, we won all the matches. And
I
even
know.
at
You know
that
what's
time-
scary? We have a better record with him. We have a better record with him not being in the club than
Yeah,
with him in the
yeah.
club.
I mean, the last time he went, Adrian was in the post. We
Right.
won 11 straight matches. So
Right.
I don't know what the fuss is all about. You will find out that for most teams, when the star player is gone, the others step up. When the
Yes.
star player is there, they defer to him on everything. Notice how Nunes is always looking for Salah to pass the ball to him.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
look at Elliot. Like I said, I really like Elliot this season because the guy has gone and lifted weights. You can't
Do you
easily
play him at
bump
right
him
wing or
off.
right mid? Do you play him at the right wing or do you
It
play him
doesn't
at the
matter
right
where
mid?
you put him. He just
No, I'm
causes
just
problems.
asking. I'm asking like with Salah leaving, obviously we could play him at right wing. A lot of people, myself included, have said I'd play Elliot at the right wing, for instance.
Yeah,
But
play him at the right wing.
we
That's
could
his
play him at the
position.
right mid too. We could play him right midfield as well.
That's his
With
position.
Dom
Play him
not
at the
being
right wing. But
well, I'm
now
just saying
that,
with Dom being hurt, do you possibly play him at right midfield or do you play him at right
but
wing?
who would you play at the right wing then? Diaz? Do you send
You
Diaz
either
over
play
there?
Diaz or you could even play. This is going to be crazy shout, but you could even play Gravenberch at the right wing. He's played once there for us so far.
Yeah, I don't. Right now, I think we have a dynamic team that many of them can do like a whole lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's see what happens. Look, even this kid came on and played, and I was very impressed with him. I had never seen him before. Kate Gordon. I'd
I was
never
going to ask
seen
him.
him.
All right, yeah, that's another shout. I think we're going to see Kate Gordon a little bit here and there.
So
People
let's see
forgot
what
about Kate
happens.
Gordon.
I'm not. After seeing these guys, I'm not worried about them. I think they can take care of themselves. Really,
Dustin has a
they
question
are
for
that
you.
good. They are that good.
Dustin asks, "What are your views on January?" I think he means by what are your views on the January window?
Will
Do
be
you
fun.
think?
I don't think we are getting anybody. I don't think so.
Yeah,
Based
yeah.
on what I'm
You're okay with
seeing,
that?
no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I'm not. What's the probability that both of your fullbacks are gonna have broken collarbones?
Yeah, I
It's
know.
like,
I know.
and
Yeah.
I think that, like we have done in the past, if you're gonna go for an Ignacio in the summer, why don't you go for him now? We've done it several times. We did it with Diaz, we did it with Gakpo, we did it with Van Dijk. I mean, so go now. What difference does it make?
So then he's asking them. Dustin's asking, "What do you think we need?"
And we need a left centre back who can also play left full back. We need that. You see, here's the thing, 12 man.
Mhm.
You have all the rudiments in place as we speak now to win the league, right? You know you're going to have to spend the money in the summer. What's the difference in spending it now to get the title? I mean, the title is priceless. So for me, let's not keep saying we are waiting for the right player and we are waiting for the right time. We're waiting for it's been 8 years since Klopp came. He's only won this thing once. We needed at least a second time. That cements his legacy. I mean, we needed a second time. And you'll be surprised, we win it a second time, we win it a third time. Right? We win it a second time, we will win it a third time with this current crop of players. They are an unbelievable set of players. And to think that they've been together for only one half a season, if everything stays on course, within a year, they will be unstoppable. They are relentless. They are relentless. Like I said, they are like the marsh lions of Etosha. They don't stop. And by the 95th minute, look, it's not rocket science that they score so many goals late in matches. From what I saw, it's not rocket science. They wear you down. The perfect analogy for them is Canelo. They just wear you down until they have you on the ropes and then they finish you up. That's what they do. If you remember, by the time the Fulham match finished, the Fulham players couldn't get off the pitch. Remember? They were all sitting on the they were all just
Say that
sat
one
on the
more time.
pitch. Sorry?
Oh yes. Yeah, go ahead. I'm with you now.
I said
It chopped up a little bit, but
I said by the time the Fulham match got finished, the Fulham players were sitting on the grass at Anfield. They couldn't get up.
oh yeah.
They
They're
were
just, you can tell
exhausted.
they're exhausted. Exhausted. Exactly. Yes.
Same for Newcastle. The Newcastle players were breathing faster than, I mean, they were exhausted because they had been put through the ringer. Did you see the torment Salah put their left fullback through in the second half?
Yeah.
Did you see what
How
he did
about
to
how
him?
about Diaz? I was going to ask you about this.
Yeah,
Because
Diaz. He was
Diaz
awesome.
showed. Yeah, Diaz showed what Diaz. This was like the old Diaz. It was like the old Diaz.
Livramento really suffered.
Yeah, he
He
did.
really suffered.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, whoa, this is
Yeah.
the Diaz that we knew. And you
Yeah.
see, sometimes when we talk about a little bench time, there's nothing like a little bench time to rekindle who you are. Just like a half a match of bench, and Diaz has gone back to doing what he does best. So that's and I also now know why Klopp doesn't like fielding Gakpo, because Gakpo doesn't fall back to defend.
Oh, he doesn't fall back deep enough for him
Yes, he doesn't fall back deep enough to defend. That's why he doesn't start him.
That's
Because
interesting. Because a lot of people have him a lot of people have him as being that, rebirth of a false nine for us. That's very interesting.
Klopp is always screaming at him to fall back. Always. I have some clips. I'm going to send it to you. For you to see,
I'm down.
to see what Klopp does when he's on the pitch. Like, fall back. Come on, why aren't you falling back?
You can see him calling out for him.
Asking him to go back and defend.
I got you.
They're awesome, man. They're just awesome. I mean, these are guys, man, they're just awesome. And they're very impressive. Let's put it that way. They are very impressive. And I'm firmly tipping them to win the title. They are.
I'm glad to see that people are recognizing. I think this team is dynamic, but I just think Klopp is a dynamic enough coach to bring out those essences. Because I mean, I know that you've changed your opinion. You've warmed and changed your opinion towards Curtis Jones, for instance, who I think Curtis Jones is the most essential player in our midfield.
He's another awesome player. Let me tell you something. I changed my opinion on Curtis Jones when I saw him in the West Ham match last season.
Mm-hmm.
West Ham at the London Stadium last season. He was a totally different beast. But there's a problem with Curtis Jones that we need to recognize.
What's that?
We pay him only £15,000 a week. And if we don't change that, he's going to leave.
Yeah.
Because already Arsenal have started trying to destabilize him. And Arsenal can pay him, they can pay him 10 times that.
Yeah. I think that was that Arsenal leak, the leak of Arsenal being interested in him was dropped by his agent. I'm almost positive that was the case.
Whatever it is. But remember that little thing with Raheem Sterling?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same way it started. You know, when Raheem Sterling was at his peak at Liverpool, we were paying him YTS wages.
Yeah.
That's why he left.
Yeah.
That's why he left. They didn't want to pay him.
Yeah.
And I mean, they are paying Elliot 40, right? They are paying Adrian 60 grand. So they are paying Luis Diaz is on 52. If you look at the pay scale, I mean, Curtis Jones shouldn't be on £15,000.
But you know what's sad about
sacrilegious.
He resigned at that. That's not his first contract. This isn't his first contract. He resigned.
I get you. I understand the dynamics of the contract situation and everything. But I'm saying that at some point, the team should be able to look at the situation and say, what is this player worth to us? I mean, what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So what is it worth to Liverpool to give him 40? Give him the same wages as you are giving Elliot. So Because
It could be
let's
two.
just say,
It could be two. It could be two. Real quick. It could be also, and this is something that I know because I just know that Liverpool likes to do this in their contracts, and that is he could have a heavily incentivized bonuses in his contract, like as in whether the team makes this or whether they get to this level of like the FA Cup or they get, or whatever, those kind of accolades. And that could be, even though he's making 15 with all those bonuses involved, or maybe it's like how many appearances he has, stuff like that. Those things could bump
I
him up from
agree,
15 to
but
like 50, 60.
Jaden Sancho has a guaranteed 350, right?
Yeah, Jadon
No,
Sancho's contract's stupid though.
yeah.
His contract is so ridiculous.
Anthony has a guaranteed 200. You
Right.
see, the players talk, they compare notes, they hang out together. I'm just saying that Curtis Jones for 15, and I agree with you. You're very right about his agent dropping that nonsense. But
Mhm.
if we are not careful, it can be actualized in the summer. I mean,
No, you're right.
what if
You're
he
right.
goes?
You're right. You're right.
What if he
I get
goes to Klopp and tells him I want to leave
Yeah,
because
we
you
don't
guys
want.
are
I
not
don't want to
paying
see
me
that.
enough?
I think that we're definitely utilizing the fact that he's a scouser, to kind of like balance out our wages and everything
Yeah,
else.
but how
And
much does
yeah.
the other scouts earn?
Oh,
250.
absolutely. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we need to put it in. See, what I'm saying is put it in context. Has Curtis Jones not been one of our best players this season? I mean, why are we paying him 15 grand?
Yeah. Yeah.
And 15 grand is a lot to you and I, right?
Right.
That's
Sure.
780,000 pounds a year. But to the
Mhm.
footballers, that's meaty. So
Yeah.
for me, I think they should look at it, and they should look at it, and of their own volition, they should up the bread. I mean, that's just up the bread.
No, I understand. I think come summertime you'll see him get a bump in his wages.
Let's
But I
hope
also
so.
think that if we do well in FA Cup, we do well in the League Cup, I think those bonuses that most likely he has in his contract will help soften that blow of thinking, oh, I'm only making 15K. Yeah, you just got a bonus of like 20,000, or you got a bonus of like 100,000 or whatever, just simply for making the semifinal or making 12 appearances, because he's making a lot more starting appearances. There's like,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
make money for
as
being
for
a
that,
sub.
as for that, I don't dispute it at all. I mean, we
Right.
all found out recently that Mo Salah earns more like £1 million a week.
Exactly. That's why I'm breaking
We
up this
found
point.
out just a few days ago that Klopp earns about £50 million a year,
Mhm.
and half of that money, or more than half of that money, is guaranteed commercial payments. It's one of the reasons why the German national team can't afford him,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
What he earns, that we know he earns more than like twice that because of guaranteed commercial. And in fact, it was the German FA head who put out that information just a few days ago.
Yeah.
So I agree with all those things. But I'm also saying that Thiago has a guaranteed 200K and he sits at
Yeah.
home doing nothing for a year.
Yeah.
Not that it is fault, though. Not
Yeah.
that it is fault. But Cetic has a new and improved contract that pays him quite a bit. You
Yeah.
need to look at all those things. I think Curtis
No, I
Jones
get
will
that.
work it.
We're gonna most likely offer Matip another year extension for a player that we probably won't be able to use for the entire year extension. That's at least I
Well,
think.
Chris,
I think we're going to, at least. That's what I think we're going to.
yeah. Chris, I agree with you. Chris Angel just put something out there. I agree
Yeah.
with you. But you see, you need to understand Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is one of the best PR people, his own PR person that I've ever seen in football management.
Mhm.
Liverpool supporters say that our ownership ain't shit, right? But it's our ownership that hired him, it's our ownership that pay him, right? When things go wrong, we blame Pep Linders. When it goes right, we blame Klopp. It's carefully stage managed. Klopp is what he is, but nobody will blame him when things go wrong except some of us. But even then, when things go right, we have to give him the credit. From what I saw
Yeah.
on Monday, he has a lot. He he should take a lot of the credit, because by extension, he's the one who more or less employs Pep Linders. He's the one who has decided to listen to Pep Linders. He could decide not to listen to Pep Linders. He could decide that, shut up and sit in your corner, like most other assistant managers have to do. So let's give him
Pep told Klopp to sub Maka in actually for Endo.
Yeah.
He said that in an interview. He told him that Pep said or suggested for him to put Maka in, despite the fact, towards the end of the game. And Maka his pass ended up being the pass that started that last goal. Yeah.
So let's put it in context, Chris. The reverse of what you are saying is true. When things go wrong, we blame Pep. When things go right, we blame Klopp. The reverse is also true. Klopp is the one who allows Pep to work. So, let's put it. I think he deserves a lot of credit, though. And coming from me, it's very sincere. Klopp deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah.
For what he has done to the team, turned around the situation he promised he was going to do it, but you need to see it to believe what those guys are doing right now.
Yeah.
They are utterly relentless. Relentless until they find the chink. Now I understand why Manchester United came and parked 10 buses in front of their goalposts. I understand it, because if they had opened up, they would have lost by a wide margin. So yeah.
Chris is asking you a question here. He says, how did the pass look at the stadium? The Maka pass.
Oh man, Diego. Knife. It was a knife, man. It was, and you knew. As soon as he lifts his foot, you know what the plan is. You know what's going to happen. You knew what was going to happen. You knew You knew what's going. You knew where it was going.
I thought I like that. The way you put it was similar to the way I've been placing this team, is that I like the fact that we have so many options. It's like almost like a Swiss Army knife. It's like so many different ways, so many different options that you can choose. Yeah. And even when it comes to our sick, people keep saying DM, we need a DM, we need a DM. And I'm like, I don't think we necessarily do need a DM, considering Bajcetic will be back eventually. Thiago will utilize Thiago for however long we get to utilize him for. But with Bajcetic and Maka in that role, it's a different gear shift from Endo, because Endo is like your more traditional destroyer when it comes to the number 6. But when it comes to,
I'll tell you guys again, Endo is a better player than we give him credit for.
Yeah,
he is a better player than we give. In fact, he's a whole lot of a better player than we give him credit for, myself included.
Yeah, it was just a matter of him getting It takes time sometimes to get the pace of the league. I think he's finally gotten the pace.
Yeah, it's the pace. It's the pace that was eating him. But even then, we talk about having a controller.
Mm-hmm.
So we talk about having a controller, but we had a guy who dominated Declan Rice. So what do you call him?
Yeah.
What do you call the guy who dominated Declan Rice?
How about the fact we had a man that we bought for 16 million play against a guy who was bought for 100 million and outplay that guy?
Yeah, it's the same guy who held his own against Rodri.
Yeah.
Right? Remember that?
Yeah.
Held his own against Paulinia.
Yeah.
So wait, what are we doing here? The guy, give him the credit he deserves. Give him the credit he deserves.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. That's why it's pretty. It is pretty interesting because, a lot in the beginning of the year, people were scratching their head, being like, what is that? What are we doing? What are we doing? Especially since we've gone so high and paid or offered so much money towards for Caicedo, and then even made an offer for Lavia, for us to get this 16 million pound player from Stuttgart that was battling relegation and all this other stuff. I just kept saying he has the measures to be one of those iconic player. It's one of those players
You know
that
what?
is a squad role player that does his thing.
You know what? I know what I said, so I'm not going to belabor the point. I know what I said. I know the names I called the guy. And
Uh-huh.
in the beginning, when he wasn't like he was all there and he was trying to catch up with the pace, we know what we said. So
Mhm.
what we said is not necessarily what has happened, but then again, like I keep saying, Jurgen Klopp he's paid to do that job. Sometimes, every now and then, he gets it wrong.
Mhm.
But let's just say he pretty much knows his stuff. Because, look, the kind of football that what Endo is doing now, I don't know anybody in our fan base who would have even predicted that Endo could battle Declan Rice to a standstill, right? Battle Rodri to it. And in actual fact, that we could have a situation where we are 1-0 down and they harass Rodri, dispossess Rodri, and we score,
Mhm.
right? Because
Mhm.
Rodri is the one that we dispossess to score.
Right.
Endo holds his own against Palinia. Endo holds his own against Bruno Guimaraes. Where was Guimaraes? Listen, Guimaraes,
Yes. 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 Good call. Good call on that.
Guimaraes was made small by Endo.
Yeah.
The
Good
only
call.
thing I saw of Bruno Guimaraes in that match was his blonde head. And even then, I couldn't tell the difference between him and Joe Linton because they
Joe,
all have
on Joe Linton, man. Joe
they
Linton
all
is
have a blonde minge on top of their heads. But I tell you what, he was subsumed by
yeah.
Endo. So the point is you know what we've been saying. His Bruno Guimaraes' release clause is 100 million. Or go for him. We could get, I'm not so sure, man. I'm not so
Yeah.
sure. I honestly, if we're going to go for a DM, we should get a kid like Belagard in that mode.
Mm. Mm.
That guy, that kid has made so much difference to Wolves, right?
Mhm.
And he's the difference between what Wolves were and what they are now. Go for somebody like that. It doesn't always pay. I mean, a certain team has a 250 million pound double pivot. That's shit. We all know who they are. Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo are 250 million pounds worth of double pivot that are 10th in the league. So if you had them, okay. So if Klopp had those two, I'm very sure we'll be singing a different tune. But as it is, they are Chelsea players. And they are not making any difference to Chelsea. None. The person who's rather making a difference to Chelsea is the kid from Manchester City that nobody gave, nobody thought, what's his name? Cole Palmer. He's
Yeah.
actually the one making a difference. Not the double pivot. So I think that the expensive nature of the game that we, the fan base, always want to push our owners and our management into getting into may not actually be the right thing all the time. Sometimes it's the right thing, but I'm not too sure whether it's the right thing all the time. Maybe more often than not, it's not the right thing. Who knows? I mean, I've
Mhm.
lived long enough to know that we bought Aquilani and it didn't work. We bought Andy Carroll and it didn't work. We bought Dean Saunders and it didn't work. We paid a record amount of money for Dean Saunders, a British record, a then British record for Dean Saunders, and he only played for us for a year.
Yeah.
So I'm not. Hey, let me confess, as a fan of Liverpool for 4+ decades, I'm impatient. I have a right to be impatient. But I also think that sometimes we need to be patient because the people who
Pathetic,
are doing the job,
pathetic, Bashatik's a good example. Bashatik is be patient. Bashatik will be back. He will get the opportunity to blossom, for instance. Be patient. I know Endo wasn't necessarily everyone's choice, but allow for the player to kind of get his run in, trying to get his legs and get acclimated to the league, and maybe you'll see what exactly it was that Klopp was so looking for, and the reason why he praised him so much and saying how much we did need him and how much we did.
I tell you what, for a £60 million bargain, that's a heck of a lot of bargain.
Yeah. Some people say we paid too much too.
No. I just told you the guy dominated Bruno Guimaraes.
Oh, I know that. Yeah. But I'm just saying he was like evaluated.
Is £100 million.
There's people that evaluate him closer to like 10 or 12 million. I mean, when you get to that small of a range, it's not that big.
£4 million. What's £4 million in that world? Exactly. I'm telling you, he's a lot better than we give him credit for. Let me just leave it there. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, I don't want to recall the things I said about him myself. So, I called him all kinds of names. They shouldn't have done that because he's a really, really good player.
Yeah.
Listen, I said Guimaraes was missing, missing. Mm-hmm. And he tackles so hard, you don't want another piece of him. Mm-hmm. You don't want to, and these are hard, clean tackles. You don't want another piece of that guy, man.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I think Klopp has stumbled onto a good thing here. Another thing, he doesn't get injured. Mm. His record, the only thing that he has had, shame on me, Bejan, I know it. I called him some names. All right. I raised my hands. Where's the white flag? White flag. Yeah. I know what I did. I told you I know what I did. I know what I did with Curtis Jones, but I changed my mind on Curtis Jones last season after the London match, after the West Ham match.
Yeah.
But I just wish that Curtis Jones replicates that form week in, week out.
Yeah.
Instead of one day he plays like us, the next day he plays a barnstormer. He should even out the performances, and he's England starting material for me.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because he was awesome again against Newcastle. See what Curtis Jones gives you. Yeah, I know you expect better, but I'm a fan. Don't you understand? First of all, I'm a football fan. First of all and foremost, I want my team to win. Right?
Yeah.
I want my team to win. I went to the stadium on Monday with my son for the first time. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't want to come out of there with a draw. I didn't want to come out of there with nothing but a win. So through all the changing scenes of the match that we won to, my thing is we won the match.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
That's the bottom line.
And for me, whatever Liverpool needs to do to win, they should do it. Sometimes it comes in the form of having to buy, but I'm sure you will all bear me out that I'm also not an advocate of spending too much money on players. So I was never a fan of buying Lavia, and I'm glad the Lavia thing fell through.
Yeah, because for what we were trying to spend, for what they were trying to get. Yeah,
Lavia cannot clean the shoes of Endo. He can't.
Not for what? Not for the money. Yeah, for the money that they're asking. Yeah.
Whilst we are sleeping, Klopp has managed to change Alexis into a competent DM. Have you guys noticed that? Have you noticed it at all? That he's made him a competent DM. From an adequate DM, he's made him a competent DM. That's one of the reasons why I said in the space that I don't think they are going to go buy anybody else. And if you add the fact that they are recalling all these guys, they are not buying anybody else.
This is how sad it is. Benjamin Hobbs got it right. Lavia hasn't been seen since the transfer saga.
Yeah, he's always in the suit. He's been seen. He's always in a suit.
Yeah, exactly. He's the only place that you see him is in the crowd.
Yeah, he's always in a Fendi suit with a bad
Yeah.
attitude, sitting in the crowd.
I've been saying this too, Dustin. I've been saying this time and time again. I think that Curtis Jones has the potential to be an even better Gini Wijnaldum. I know that Beijing Pop doesn't like using comparisons to past players. This is new. Why not just be the new Curtis Jones? I get that, but I really think that he's got the potential to be
He's better.
more.
He's better than Wijnaldum.
Yeah,
He has better fundamentals.
Yeah,
He
his
has
ceiling
better
is higher.
fundamentals.
He's got a higher ceiling, I think.
He has better fundamentals. And let me tell you what. If we were playing with a double pivot, Curtis Jones would have been a much better player.
Okay.
If you saw the England under 20, under 21 World Cup, he was peerless. He was absolutely peerless in those series. So I think if we're playing a double pivot, and notice that whenever we switch, sometimes during our matches we switch to a double pivot. It's just people don't see it. We do switch to a double pivot. You know that, right?
Yeah, I do.
Right.
I do my tactics boards.
Yeah, we switch to it against Fulham.
Mm-hmm.
We switch to a double pivot. Remember?
Yeah, towards the second half. Yeah.
Right. And in fact, against Man U, at a point in time, we're playing 4-2-4, a straight up 4-2-4 formation, because Klopp needed the goal. Mm-hmm. I think Curtis Jones. Whoa, he has a really high ceiling, man. Mm-hmm. Pay him some more money is all our advice, Liverpool, before he does a Raheem Sterling on us.
Nalante is here because Nalante wanted to say, I wanted to make sure Nalante got a parting comment before, last comment before we wrap up here. Nalante, how are you doing, brother? I know he's with the little one.
Yeah, thanks again, Tom. Uncle Albert, welcome back. Hey, where have you been, Uncle Albert? Have you been eating football,
I've been around, bro. I've been around. How are you doing?
Good. I'm okay, by the grace of God. Been a hectic day, but life.
When you go back, to Ghana, the relatives are like the relatives are all over the place looking for you, man. You know how it is.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. Oh God, I'll go back right now. Believe me. Anything but here. Here in the UK. But anyway.
So we were just having a conversation, kind of. I guess we already did the African Mount Rushmore, obviously, but we were talking a little bit about the game, about Newcastle, because actually Uncle Albert got to go to the game, which is a tremendous game, a fantastic game to go to. I mean, considering that you saw the most highest XG, expected XG game of all time, apparently in Premier League history, obviously meant that it was action-packed, and there was a lot of. And what's really interesting is those 6 goals in the second half. That's pretty amazing to be scoring 6 goals. What are your thoughts, Nalante? Do you think that are you interested in seeing us getting someone in this January window, or are you comfortable with us just allowing for with the acquisitions that we already have and just riding it out from there?
I would say, I think we discussed this the other day, me and you, off camera. Mm-hmm. Again, I was thinking more DM, but really and truly, we don't. And it's not because of Endo, but our midfield is stat pad. So, again, we've got too many midfielders and Bajčetić as well. So, I would still, but again, we'll have to sell to buy. And again, apart from Thiago going, everyone else is kind of fresh or in the plan. So we've scrapped that. I would say a defender, and he can be a versatile defender. Could play as a centre back, left back, right back. I think we need that because our majority of our defenders are injury prone. You've seen what's happened with Robertson and Tsimikas. and obviously Trent does his inverted things, or so right back. So yeah, we definitely need a defender, 100%.
Defender. Okay. I can understand the defense. I personally, I'm the defender I would like to see us get. We most likely won't get. Okay. Defender I think that I would like to see is I'd like to see us go for De Ligt. He plays, Bayern Munich. He's not really
Matthias
getting,
De Ligt?
yeah, he's not getting playing time in Germany right now. Be a similar circumstance of where like he's not getting playing time at all really, considering he's behind Kim. He's not getting any time before Kim, and he's not getting, and Upamecano is even getting more playing time than he is at the moment. So it's kind of like you can kind of see that his time with Tuchel is kind of like come to an end, in essence. So I would like to. I think that'd be a great partnership to bring in. Obviously, that's one of Virgil's partnerships in Holland, but that's just the. I know he's not left-footed.
But can he play on the left though? Can he play on the left side of the defense?
He can play left back. He can play left center back or right center back. He plays both positions.
Okay.
He doesn't play left back. But he could play left center back or left back. And he has played or has the ability to play right back as well. But that's not a position you'd like to see him play.
You see, 12 man, let me ask you something. Those of you guys who do, I've told you guys, I'm retired, so I don't want to think. But you are the guys who do the XG and the triple X and the FFS and whatever it is you do there. Can you imagine if
pause on that?
Can you imagine if Darwin was taking his chances? Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I counted 8 chances.
Yeah, I'm just doing it now.
Newcastle match 8,
Mm-hmm.
right? 8 chances that an Ivan Toney would have put at least 3 of them away. Callum Wilson will put some of those away. Oli Watkins will put some of those away. But the thing with Darwin is he creates those chances.
Yes.
So sometimes when we say he misses chances, then we have to ask ourselves, and we say, okay, so if we had an Ivan Toney, he scores those. Then the question you should ask is who creates the chance for Ivan Toney?
Yeah.
Because Darwin is a real handful. This is not the first time I've seen him playing, but he is a real handful. When you have a forward who makes center backs afraid to come forward, that's like 25% of the game won.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because Fabian Schär was following him around like he was his twin brother.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes he simply just accelerates and leaves him behind. So for those of us, and we are all exasperated with Darwin that he doesn't convert his chances.
But that goalkeeper was playing off his head. That goalkeeper was playing off his head.
Yeah, what did you expect from a Manchester United goalkeeper? What did you expect? I think he was lucky as well. I really think he was lucky.
Some of those opportunities, he was just happened to be in the right place at the right time, I think.
Yeah, he was lucky. It's one of those days that
says here.
The goalkeeper, if your goalkeeper is your best player, then you know what's going to happen, right? If your goalkeeper is your best player, you know what Dubravka was inspired. Like he was inspired. He saved the penalty from Mo Salah. So and
that really pumped him up too. That got him energized and really pumped up.
Yeah, he was everywhere. There were things he shouldn't have saved. Remember the very first chance that Darwin had, the through ball that from Salah that he pushed, right?
Mm-hmm.
It should go past most normal goalkeepers. It should go past, but he saved it. And then even there was
one with the knee, like Dustin was saying,
the one with the knee.
Yeah.
But there was this one that he dummied. If you remember, he dummied the Mo Salah shot. The goalkeeper shouldn't have seen it.
Yeah.
Somehow or the other, he saw it. So let's cut him some slack. Let's just let the boys do what they've been taught to do. From watching them, I think we should stop complaining. Really.
Top of the league.
and I will take my own advice. I will comment here and there if they have not played well,
Sure.
but
Sure.
I think that we should let them do what they've been taught to do,
Yeah.
because they are good players who are being taught to play well.
Yeah.
Let's allow them to do what they've been taught, and I think at the end of this season we'll lift the trophy. If for nothing at all, we'll take the Europa trophy. I'm only concerned about Bayer Leverkusen, but I just hope
Yeah.
that somehow, some way, somehow, somebody does a job on us. In these things, somebody has to do something for you.
Yeah.
Like Aston Villa beat Arsenal for us, and we
Yes.
beat Aston Villa. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Totally.
Somebody has to beat Man City for you. So Arsenal beat Man City for us. We drew with them. Somebody beat Arsenal. It's just like Zebedee and the merry-go-round. Somebody has to do something for you.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. So real quick, I am going to do a Arsenal FA Cup preview, but
Yeah.
just in case you guys aren't available for it or not, let me get a shout. Do you think what are your you already said you want to see a strong lineup?
Yeah.
What do you see us?
I'm hungry. I'm greedy. I want everything. I want it all. I want everything.
Do you think that we can pull out a win against them at the Emirates?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very, very confident in our team. I'm very confident.
That's cool.
I'm a little worried that Szoboszlai is injured. I don't know how bad it is, but I'm very confident.
Yeah.
They are better players than we give them credit for. I'm telling you, and I'm talking, add me to it. I'm not singling myself and saying I'm not going to do any I told you so things. Right? We were all talking a bunch of shit. We really didn't know what we were talking about. I'm telling you right now.
Okay. How about you, Devontae? Oh, my fault. Did you want to finish your thought?
No. I'm just saying that because what they do on the pitch is difficult to do.
I think it's difficult. The amount of intensity that they have to hold that amount of energy and intensity is
the intensity. I mean, I don't know whether they are taken to the barracks every morning to march. I don't know, but
right.
The intensity is vicious.
Right.
What they put their opponents through, you could see that many a time the opponents are just happy to get off the pitch.
Yeah. How about you, Nilante? Quick shout for our upcoming match, since we do have it on Sunday, right? Do you see us getting this victory? Do you see us even putting out a team that should amount to victory, despite us having to play at the Emirates, which is difficult. I don't know if Nilante can hear me or not. You can hear me, Nilante? No. Okay.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't worry about the atmosphere in which they play. Our boys are professionals. They're professional players. They're not the atmosphere. They went to the Etihad, and what happened? What happened? What happens anywhere they go? They went to the Spurs Stadium. It had to take an act of armed robbery to deny us of the 3 points. So what's the difference? They are not faced by anything.
Yeah.
12 man, you should find the time to go and watch them, man.
Yeah.
It's a completely different experience. I mean, I go quite often, but last season we were not. A few of the trips were difficult, but you go simply because you are a Liverpool supporter. But what I saw of them against Newcastle was unbelievable. It was unbelievable.
Would you say this is your best? This was your best trip?
Oh no! I mean, I've been going since 1985. So
Was this the best? Was this the best game that you got to see? Not necessarily in the sense of importance. I just meant as a performance wise.
The performance was unreal.
Yeah.
So if you want to say it was It's the best game I've seen in a while.
Okay.
Let's just put
I
it
got
that
it.
way.
I
In a
understand.
while. Because, okay, so I thought our performance against West Ham at the London Stadium was good,
Mhm.
but it was nothing compared to what I saw on Monday. Nothing
Mhm.
at all, not even close.
High praise.
This
That's high praise.
is 2019 standard. I mean, give those guys a few more months and and
And
imagine,
everything will be they'll be on the same like mental plane, be able to do that
the
telepathic thing.
mentality is different.
Yeah.
Last season we draw this match. Last season we lose the Luton match. Last
Yeah.
season we lose against Fulham, right? Or
Mhm.
even at the very least, we equalize with that Endo equalizer and we take the draw,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm. Mhm.
We take the draw. I I I can't describe it. I can't describe it, but the mentality is just different. It's
Yeah.
different.
No, I get what you're
What?
saying. I get what you're saying. I think it's Newcastle. I think there's no two better teams to show the difference in mentality this year. Because Newcastle last year, they would have rather than get a loss, they would have gotten a draw out of this match because they drew a
Yeah,
lot of matches last year, and it was kind of like, if anything, I thought that Newcastle was kind of punching over their weight a little bit,
yeah,
and getting those draws. But now those draws are L's for them, and it's showing in their record as
yeah,
to in placement of the table. But for us, we were getting so many draws, so many losses on the road, especially last year. But this year it hasn't been the case, and that's why it's we're Anfield is Anfield. We pretty much hold court at Anfield, but it was like a lot of those away matches that were concerning. But Crystal Palaces and those kinds of games where we would have probably ended up getting a draw rather than possibly even a loss, if not a draw, would have been us getting something we weren't expecting.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The mentality is different,
Yeah.
different.
Beijing Pops has this for you. He says, spot on, Uncle Albert. This, for me, was our best 90-minute performance this season.
It was a total performance, man. It was a
That's
total
cool.
performance, man.
You got to go more often. Maybe they wait for you to show up. Waiting for you to show up to show their best.
Well, I do go, but of course, given distance and time and
sure.
basically affordability, I do go. But
Right.
I'm just saying that the left fullback of Newcastle must be taking some serious ibuprofen like right now, because in the second half he was made to do the limbo, the can, the waltz, slow foxtrot. He was doing everything because Salah was turning him in, out. I mean, it was rampant and relentless.
Right.
And I was like, isn't this guy gonna have some groin injury or something? The way he's being made to dance, it was unbelievable what they did. It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
and
Livramento on the right side, like you said, was doing the same. They both were
and
doing.
Livramento is no slouch,
No, he isn't.
He's no slouch at all.
But there was that one play I remember when Lucho had it in the corner. He had it in the corner and he brought it out, and then he like ducked underneath the guy's like arm and he turned around and left him in the dust. I was like, that's the Lucho.
We say, okay, so we need a controller. So what do you call the guy who bosses Declan Rice, bosses Bruno Guimaraes, bosses Palinia, and holds his own against Rodri, who we all agree is the best defensive midfielder in the world? What do you call him?
That's well put. I'm gonna remember that because I remember on Kopish we were going back and forth and they were getting on me about Endo, and I was like, you're gonna wait and see. He's going to be like that. I got called out for referencing him as like a Milner type player, and the reason why I say he's a Milner type player is because you know you're going to get a solid performance out of him. You're going to get like that 7 out of 10 performance out of Endo, because he's committed to whatever you need him to do. And that's what we needed him to.
He
A good
put
squad
some
player is
tackles.
just that.
He put some tackles on Sean Longstaff. Longstaff didn't want any part of him anymore. He didn't want to go near him anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I called him the samurai. Okay. I called him a lot of names, okay? I called him Mr. Miyagi. I did that. So just let me have some breath, right? Let me breathe. Right? I called him Endo-san. Yeah, let me breathe. I did that.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be fun.
But as for the Karate Kid, he is the Karate Kid because he can put some tackles on some people, and they don't want any piece of him anymore.
They want no piece of that.
I mean, you guys. I mean, we all criticized Klopp for not taking Bruno Guimaraes. We all said it. I'm like, I was in the lead. I'm like, why the hell wouldn't you buy Bruno Guimaraes? Okay, Lyon was selling him for 45 million pounds at the time. I was like, why didn't you buy him? This guy is pretty adequate, man. Because I'm telling you, Bruno Guimaraes didn't see top, as we say in Ghana. He was nowhere to be seen. And he's supposed to be the creme de la creme in defensive midfielders. Like I said, the controller. So what do you call the guy who controls the controllers? What do you call him? Give him a few more months. Give him a few more months and we'll call him Endo the boss.
Yeah, there you go.
Because he is some player, man.
I'm really hoping that he comes back from the Asia Cup and is ready to rock and roll. I hate when these players are.
Unfortunately for you, Japan will go to the final because they are the best team in Asia.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
They probably will win it as well.
It most likely could end up being like South Korea versus Japan or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So South Korea versus Japan is the most likely.
That means bad news for the Spurs, obviously. Spurs will be hurting a little bit.
Bad news for Spurs, bad news for Arsenal, bad news for us, bad news for everybody. But
because Tomiyasu.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be
and actually bad news for Wolves as well, because Wang is another excellent player.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah,
man, that was an exhilarating performance. You know, you left the stadium and you know that it had been worth all the money, all the time, all like getting wet in that cold rain. That was like,
that
rain.
Weather was horrible, probably.
And then let me tell you something real funny. I was in the same hotel as Anthony Taylor.
Did you see were you?
Yeah.
I was going to ask if you saw. There were some people that were talking about Thiago. There's some people talking about Thiago. I saw Thiago on the at the end of the game. You know, he was Thiago
was there. Yeah. Thiago was there. Roberto Firmino was there.
Bobby and Fabinho.
And old bald head was also there. Fabinho was also there. But Thiago was sitting with the players. He was sitting there. He was there.
Yeah, that's why I saw him on sitting with the players, and and he was actively, when the game was over, he was actively communicating with other players.
I didn't see Bacetic, but maybe he was there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But listen, you guys, Liverpool supporters, you have a lot to look forward to. Put it that way. You have a lot to look forward to. We have one heck of a team. Look, if we don't have injuries, can you imagine if we didn't have those injuries? Oh my God, what a team! They could play.
No, you're right about that. You're right about that.
They could play two matches.
What's sad about that is that. I was gonna say what's sad about a lot of what I hear I heard a lot of people talk about, this is from Newcastle perspective. We're so hit with injuries. We're so hit. Every team keeps complaining about injuries. Look, every team has injuries. Our team is not. It's not like our team is doesn't have sufficient significant injuries in it. You know, whether it's Matip, whether it's obviously Robbo, whether it's Simicast, whether whether it ends up being some of the players that we're going to be getting back in Bashetic or Thiago. We have some significant injuries on our list. Jota, yeah, when he was hurt, yeah.
Konate. Listen, nobody for me that injury narrative should end. Nobody asked Newcastle to go and qualify for Champions League. They shouldn't have been in the Champions League in the first place, right? So next time, like the Jamaicans say, if you want to go dance a big man dance, you better have a big man waist, right? If you have a small waist and you go and dance big man dance, you end up injuring all your players. They shouldn't have been in the Champions League in the first place. So that's next time they shouldn't qualify. They are small fry. Because everybody predicted that the Champions League will cause them problems. And it has.
You know what's the worst part about that is at least with Manchester United and Newcastle, they hurt our coefficient. They hurt the Premier League coefficient. I don't think we get 5. We're not going to get 5 teams in now because
who cares? Who cares when we've won the league? Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? There you go. That's right. That's true. Hey,
sometime in the past when we were dominant, it was only one team that went to the European Cup, and we won it 4 times during that period. So they should go and sit somewhere. And had we not been banned, see the thing with Liverpool history, had we not been banned for 6 years playing in Europe, that team of the 80s that had all those guys, right? That team that had all those Johnny Walk, Stevie Nicol, and Rush, they would have won the European Cup about 3 or 4 more times.
John Pons would have won the Ballon d'Or, 100%.
Yeah.
NHS leaders.
You're right about that. All right, well, let's. I'm gonna wrap this up here.
Okay.
I appreciate John for being able to in the beginning and then come participate in the end. Kind of give a shout out to Pele. To kind of give the shout for Pele to be in the top the Mount Rushmore tour. I'm glad that you agreed with at least the three names that are on there. The fourth I understand you're kind of shaky on.
Totally agree.
Yeah, and to Nolante, thank you for showing love by participating, giving some insight, and really breaking down how I think some people don't really get to appreciate the African talent that gets up. That is often in a lot of these leagues, especially the Premier League. I think there is some incredible African talent. Yeah.
See you, boss.
Yes, definitely. Appreciate you, John.
Okay, Albert. See you.
But yeah, appreciate you, Nante, for doing that. Appreciate Quasi Bowl TV, of course. If you haven't subscribed to Quasi Bowl TV, go out and subscribe to Quasi Bowl TV. I saw K-Mac as well, another content creator in the chat. Go to be sure to subscribe to K-Mac. Bayesian Pops LFC and Chris Angel, and even Ross the Crab said hello. I know Bayesian Pops, I think is still with us in the chat. They represent Bayesian Reds TV. Big up to them. And if you haven't subscribed, obviously, subscribe to their channel. They're already past 1,000. I think they're well into 1,000 odd numbers and stuff like that. Numbers that I hope to join them pretty soon. But yeah, it was a fun time. I appreciate the African Mount Rushmore done. I'm glad that we came to somewhat of a consensus with it. And okay, Milante's popping off. But yes, big up to Bayesian Pops again. Big up to Dustin. Big up to Redbird. Big up to some of the other names that were in here. Let me think of who's in here. LFC Aaron was in here. Big up to him. I know that if you are going to watch this on the replay, please do drop a like, share. If you want to just hop over to where we got to the finals to the finalists, or if you want to, listen to some of our comments about what the future, what this January window is going to be for Liverpool, definitely, stick around to the end for that. Hopefully you did. But then again, yes, big shout outs to, I think, Nigel, Cedric Lopez in the house for sure. Trying to think who else. Keep It Level was here. I think I Love Liverpool was in here. Dustin was here. She's a lot of names, a lot of good names, a lot of good people, a lot of good talent. Stephen Truth Seeker was here. A lot of good people. That Bonkers LFC was here. Can't forget him as well. Realism Jared was in here. A lot of good people. A lot of good people that really brought some insights, really brought some good opinions. And what can I say? We're able to have this dialogue and come to a relative consensus. I get it. I get not everyone's names or the names of everyone made it to the tiers that they necessarily want them to make it. There might be, you might have a different person in that African Mount Rushmore for footballers, but I think that list is pretty tight. It's a pretty tight list there. I think it's a pretty on point list. If you disagree, cool. Tell me in the comments. Would love to see who you think should have been in there, shouldn't have been in there. I would love to see it. But yes, keep in mind, I do have an Arsenal FA Cup preview coming up this weekend. I might be able to fit in one episode for Friday as well. If I can, maybe we'll do an Asian Mount Rushmore. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something like that. But it depends on if I can get Mtar Mizzi on the panel. That's a necessity if we're going to do an Asian Mount Rushmore. But again, thank you all for showing love. Thank you all for being here. And please do share this. Be sure to like it, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that, and then some. But yeah, take care of yourselves. Be sure to take care of those loved ones that you have with you. And yeah, I will be seeing you this weekend. So until then, I wish you all well, and to know that you'll never walk alone. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon.